It started with joy and happiness, but ended with sorrow and tears in our eyes as I watched the events of Friday, July 2nd, 2010. As a 13-year-old boy in our house in Southbourne, when the dream of Ghana and Africa was shattered and crashed by a then 23-year-old Suarez, who later became a hero in his own country. With 2 minutes to go in extra time, Suarez made a save with his hand to prevent Dominic Edia's goal-bound header, which would have caused an earthquake of celebrations at the FNB Stadium in South Africa. A penalty was awarded. Suarez was shown a red card by our own hero, Baby Jet Asamoah couldn't score the penalty, and Ghana went ahead to lose the game 4-2. The defeat left a big scar on our heart as Ghanaians, and Luis Suarez was immediately declared as the enemy of African football. Fate has smiled upon us again, and now we have a chance to put Uruguay on the next available flight to South Africa tomorrow morning by avoiding a defeat in this game against them in our final group game. Welcome to Match Day Live right here on GhanaWeb TV as we bring you the live commentary of the game between the Black Stars of Ghana and Uruguay, and then provide you with regular updates of the other group game that will be played between South Korea and then the Seleções of Portugal. Don't forget, Portugal have already booked their place in the round of 16. My name is Joel Leshen, and today I'll be your host and commentator for today. We are streaming live on Facebook at the GhanaWeb, GhanaWeb.com, and then on YouTube at GhanaWeb TV. Let me hear from you your prediction and everything as we begin. And don't forget that today is also Farmers Day, and on behalf of GhanaWeb, we celebrate our farmers for the hard work they have been doing. But there is only one way this will end at the end of the day. Whether we will be smiling or the events of 2010 will play back on our minds as Uruguay pick the qualification ahead of the Black Stars. We go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about this game. In 2010, it was Friday, and 2020, same Friday. Let's see what happens.
Now, to sound quite be a one ton and be a man in quite be brave.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I could concern. Poga, send me sicker from Lemonade Finance and let me £10.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in Sudia. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 Canadian. What first transaction? What is send this car coffee? No, dial to Lemon and Finance.
Welcome back from the break. This is Match Day Live right here on GhanaWeb TV. We are streaming live on Facebook at the GhanaWeb, on GhanaWeb.com, and on YouTube, search GhanaWeb TV and you see the streaming. Today, our job here is simple: to bring you the live commentary of the game that will be played at the GhanaWeb Stadium between Ghana and then Uruguay. The agenda is simple: to put the South Americans on the next available flight from Qatar to their country, like what they did to us in South Africa 2010. To join me, do the discussion and commentary today is our boss here at GhanaWeb, Edward Smith. Edward, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here again.
Good afternoon, Joel. It's a pleasure to be here once again for this nervy moment. It's good to be here. We just don't know how it will end, but we're happy we are here.
Are you seeing are the spirits telling you something that today will go in our favor because Farmers Day, and what a way to celebrate the day with a win today?
Well, a win, I don't know, but to be very honest, I've never been this nervous about Ghana playing any match. I think since 2010 in South Africa, and today I have the same feeling that I felt back in South Africa. So I hope the outcome will not be the same. But I'm being very cautiously optimistic of what is going to happen.
All right, so you heard from Edward, and then sitting after Edward is my co-commentator. You've been seeing him since we started this journey. Emmanuel Eninima, how are we feeling? How's the fever like?
Yeah, just as Ed said, it's a nervy moment, and I mean everybody is anxious, although many are hopeful that the Black Stars will win, referencing the performance against South Korea. So hopefully it turns out like that and we grab a win. But honestly, everybody's nervous. I mean, we are playing against Uruguay. This is a country that's won 2 World Cup, and I think it will be a difficult game. Yeah, it will be a very difficult game. So I'm looking forward to how the game will unfold today. Everybody is expecting an exciting game because after 12 years, Ghana get to meet Uruguay again. So there's a lot to anticipate, and I hope that this game will live up to expectation.
And then Jones Ezi, he's my colleague now. He's with the National Sports Authority. Jones,
Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Yeah.
Jones, how are you preparing for the game mentally?
I think it's been hard. It's been hard for me. I've pretended over the years that, see, we don't care about the Black Stars. I don't care, but then trust me, today I'm sitting on nails and tenterhooks, and we need to do this. We need to do this. We actually have to do this for the number of fans that are actually in Qatar. We have to do this for the fans back here in Ghana, and of course they have to do this for Samoa Gyan.
They have to do this for Baby Jet Samoa Gyan. And before we start the discussion, let's go into what Luis Suarez said at pre-match conference yesterday. He was asked whether he will apologize for Ghanaians for making that save as if he was a goalkeeper in the 119th minute in 2010. Ed, Suarez said he's not going to apologize. He didn't miss the penalty. He didn't injure any Ghanaian player to say that he should apologize. He got a red card for his action. A penalty was awarded, but it was not his fault that Samoa Gyan couldn't score.
Well, to be very honest, I think the question yesterday was very needless. It didn't make sense to ask Suarez that question in the first place. His answer, I think it was a very, very good answer he gave, considering that this is a game of football, and a lot of things happen in football. We've talked about, unless maybe we are going to say Ronaldo should also apologize for the penalty in our first game, it doesn't make sense. 2, Ghanaians, we've already had our apology from Samoa Gyan and the team for many, many years since that incident. I don't know how many apologies we need, and I don't know how that turns back the hands of time. So I think first, it was a needless question. You just gave him an opportunity to rub it in, because considering the temperature we are in going to a match with Uruguay. And is it psychologically, what that answer did is more harm than good to the focus of the Ghanaian and then the Ghanaian players in camp. Because any Ghanaian player who listens to this would in a way will get a little bit angry and probably will lose focus going into the match. And it wasn't a good question to ask at all. But the answer was great.
Jones, Luis Suarez, he said he's not going to apologize. What he did, it was a patriot act for his country, taking one for the country when they needed it most.
Yeah, I think, when you listen to Otoado, he actually came out to say that he did everything, Suarez did everything he could to save his country. So for me, I don't know, for Joel, I believe you would also have done something to probably save your country. So
and I'm even expecting our players that if they get in that situation in the final minute, yes,
they can do such a thing. So for me, just that Suarez, he's a stubborn guy. He could do it again today. He could do it any other day. He could do it any other time, and that's what I'm worried about, because we know he can bite people. We know what the other things, the antics that he has. Probably even planned it before the game. So just that he doesn't have any regrets. He shouldn't worry. Today he gets paid back in his own coin.
Emmanuel, you have your bite on what Luis Suarez said, but Ghanaians, when I was coming to work this morning, it was as if that a directive had been issued by President Akufo-Addo that everybody should wear a jersey. Ghanaians were happy, they were in the mood, and there was one thing going on: revenge, revenge, revenge. My colleague Joseph Adamafio spoke to some Ghanaians yesterday for predictions ahead of the game on the GhanaWeb Sports Debate. Let's listen to the predictions of Ghanaians ahead of this game.
So on Friday, December 2nd, the Black Stars of Ghana will take on Uruguay in their final Group H encounter at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Well, the history behind these two teams is one which brings out so many memories, heartbreaking moments for many Ghanaian football fans. But on Friday, will the Black Stars be able to defeat Uruguay to get their all-needed revenge over the Uruguayans? Well, come along with me as I find out from some Ghanaians on what they think the scoreline will be between the Black Stars of Ghana versus Uruguay come Friday, December 2nd. My name is Joseph Adamafio, and you're watching GhanaWeb TV. Come along with me. The Black Stars of Ghana takes on Uruguay on Friday. Who do you think will win that particular encounter?
It will be obvious, I'll say Ghana, but with that being said, that is not being complacent. But at the end of the day, we're looking for win. We don't want to depend on other matches to determine our fate. So what we're telling the boys is that they go all out, play the game as they played previously, and ensure that they get as the goal. And so if you look at the whole thing and how far the Black Stars have played so far, and I think glory is going to come to us. So definitely I'm expecting 2-0 against Uruguay. Definitely. Sure.
Any name for the goal scorers?
Of course, the day Ayew wouldn't be bad. I think it's been amazing. Jordan Ayew, of whom a lot of people have criticized, has proven that he's indeed a team player. And if we see him score, I'm sure he deserves it. And of course, our own man, Amazongo boy Kudus, will also not be bad. So, of course, if going by these names that I mentioned, I'm sure 3-0 will do also. Thank you.
Yeah, 12 years ago, Ghana took on Uruguay in the World Cup match. What can you remember from that match? Where were you when you watched the match?
It was in 2010. I was doing my master's at Gimpa, and I think we had a break and we stole some time to go and watch it. I think that it will be an understatement to say that I had a heartbreak, and so many other Ghanaians and Africans for that matter, because Africa had a chance to prove to the world that it had come, to the party and to be counted and represented on football's biggest stage, that's the World Cup. To enter into the semi-finals, it was an opportunity for Ghana to, show what it had, and for the first African nation to go to the semi-finals, and for us to have that heartbreak, we can't forget it.
From watching the match and going home, was it a long journey for you?
I think that it took probably a day or two for me to get over it. I didn't, what do they call it? I didn't forgive Asamoah Gyan for a long, long time. I think that I've gotten over it now. It's football. So I think that we can do better, hopefully this year.
So that match was played on a Friday. If I told you you're going to play them on a Friday again, I know we have to forget that particular Friday, but do you think we are going to win this match this time?
Absolutely. I think that we have the mental fortitude, we have the character, we have the players. We are. I hope that it is not going to be a revenge for the 2010 loss. It is just a means to enter the 116th. I hope that the Black Stars look at it from that angle. I don't want us to go with a revenge mentality. It's our last game in the group, and I hope that they put the concentration on winning it so that we can progress onto the next stage. After winning it, if they want to call it a revenge, fair enough. But the mentality should be to get the 3 points, to get the job done, and to go into the 116th.
12 years ago, the Black Stars of Ghana faced Uruguay. What's your fondest memory from that match? Where were you watching that match?
I was watching it at home with my parents at that time. No, not with my parents. I think with my friends, and brothers, at that time, at home.
What do you remember from that match with your friends when the penalty came and everything?
Heartbreak, bro, heartbreak. You just made me remember that day. It's serious. I can't take it. But currently, I spoke to some of the Black Star players. Some of them saying that some of them are young at that time. So they say, yo, that nigga Suarez, the meaning since childhood. So today, if he's playing with them or they are playing with him, then they need to show him the pepper. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to this current moment. That match was played on a Friday.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know about that.
This time, it's going to be another Friday. Do you think the Black Stars will win?
Inshallah. Inshallah. By the grace of God, we're going to win. Because even, Bossman, we are winning. You know, we are winning. Ghana is winning, inshallah. We are winning.
All right, so you saw Ghanaians, they were very, they were in a mood predicting 3-0 and all that. Iman, let me come to you. With a lot of Ghanaians are talking, oh, Uruguay, they are not really that good. What should we expect from Uruguay, considering the games that they've been playing?
From the 2 games they've played, I think they are yet to show themselves. They are yet to give a good account of themselves, because as it stands, they are the only country who are yet to score in the tournament so far. And I think it's due to the system they play and the kind of strikers they have and the kind of transition and all that. So I think if they will only improve, because if you play Luis Suarez and Darwin Núñez, they are very good goal scorers, but their movement is sometimes problematic because they don't really focus on penetrating defenders. They love to move to the wide areas and then get the ball cut inside before they do their thing. So anytime Valverde, Vecino, Torreira, they will get the ball into the final third, you wouldn't see Darwin Núñez and Suarez occupying the spaces in between the centre backs. They would rather be on the wings, and that's making it difficult for them to create a clear-cut chance. They've only created 1 clear-cut chance, and that came against Portugal, which Bentancur unfortunately missed. So it tells you that in the attack, they are doing something that's not right. But defensively, they've conceded only 2 goals, meaning a goal per game. Means that their defensive organization and everything is solid. So I think Ghana can only benefit because of their attacking lapses, and if we are able to keep our concentration. We've conceded 5 goals in the second half, not in 2 games, in the second half. So it means that we can start the game with good concentration in the first half, but in the second half, we lose our heads and then we concede goals. So I think if we are able to get these simple things right, we will be able to hold them and then get something out of the game.
Jones, Iman spoke about we conceding goals, 5 goals in the second half. If you bring it down, January we've conceded 5 goals in 30 minutes. Because the game against Portugal, Ronaldo scored in 65th, João Felix 78th, Rafael Leao in the 80th minute. The game against South Korea, Chow, he scored the first and then the second. Only 2 minutes, separated those 2 goals. That talks about our concentration. How can the Uruguayans use that to their advantage?
I think when it's even before this game, it has been in this World Cup. Yes, you realize that it has been in this World Cup and it has been all over. So I think the Black Stars would have to keep on our concentration. But you see, trust me, the Uruguayans, they are coming into this game. The first game they played against the South Koreans, they had only 1 shot on target, and the next game against Portugal, they had 3 shots on target. This time, they are going in for an all-out game, and this comes to the Black Stars You know, we need to stay focused. We need to have that mindset. So I believe that the setup that Otuado has set right now, it shows that we are going to be more defensive. But then I feel that we could have expressed ourselves much more. See, these Uruguayans are going to take advantage of the fact that they realize that the Black Stars panic when they concede a goal, and it showed against Portugal. It showed against South Korea. So for me, we'd have to stay resolute and keep cool heads against these Uruguayans.
Ed, Uruguay are yet to score a goal, and then I'm not drifting from the conversation, but if we remember, when Hazake's ladies were playing in the CAF Women's Champions League, and in the final they faced Mamelodi Sundowns ladies, before the final, Sundowns had only scored 2 goals. But in the final, they scored two. Yeah. In a single game. And then Uruguay are yet to score a goal in the tournament. We have scored 5. We have conceded 5. How do you see this battle?
I think this game, we are going to see a better Uruguayan side, because if you look at their first game, they were a bit slower in acclimatizing. Second game, they were better. I think that they are properly at the World Cup now with this third game, and probably will come to us with a better shape, a quicker foot, and also their pressing will be sharper than it has been in the last 2 games. What I think they will capitalize on is the fact that the Black Stars take slow. They are very slow in acclimatizing to a game. If you look at our first game, we played the whole first half in our half. And the second, if you take our second game with South Korea, the first 15 to 20 minutes were on the back foot. So it takes time for us to actually acclimatize to a game. Now the game plan of a Uruguayan team, as I look at it, will be to hit you first in the first 20 minutes and then get to the, because they know you panic as George said, you panic when you concede a goal. So if they hit you in the first 20 minutes, they can then get time to actually play the game. And they are a team that knows how to handle the ball very well and string passes very well, which we don't do too well. Unless, you see, there's been talk about having 31 passes before a goal, but that was a fluke. It is not a Black Stars format. That's not how we play. So I don't see how this is going to be easy. This is going to be probably one of our hardest games we've played at the World Cup, especially because history is not even on our side. It is on their side. Momentum is on their side because they know they've done it to us before. They can do it to us. And we are coming to this game with a lot of pressure from over 10 years ago. And we don't have even our proper 11 team set yet. So we have a lot of issues to deal with. Our defense is porous most of the time. We try as much as possible to keep games out, but we can't stop the opponent from getting into our final box. And so we are in a very, very difficult spot. I think the Uruguayans will have a very good game in the first 20 minutes. And if they are sharp as we expect them to be, they probably will bury the game in the first 20 minutes.
They probably will bury the game in the first 20 minutes. Now let's go straight to the lineup for the day. Otuado made 2 changes in the team that played against South Korea and won by 3-2. But before, quickly, let me speak to GhanaWeb Sports editor Perez Ezuakwao to give us a bit of update on what is going on in Qatar, how the Ghanaian fans are approaching the game. Perez, if you can hear me, what can you report? Hello, Perez. If you can hear me, what can you report about how the Ghanaians are gearing themselves up for the game? All right, so we are struggling to get Perez is currently on his way to the Al Janoub Stadium where the game will be played, and the other will be played at the Education City Stadium between South Korea and then Portugal. Perez, can you hear me? All right, so let's get straight to the starting lineup. Atizigi is still maintaining his position, and then a change in our laterals. That is Babaraman replacing Gideon Mensah, who was injured in our game against South Korea. Ali Dusedu returns back to the team after missing out on the game against Korea. Salisu and then Amate maintains their position. Abdul, Salis, Samed, Thomas Partey as the 2 men in front of our defense. Andre Dede Ayew, Jordan Ayew, Mohamed Kudus, and Inaki Williams.
I think with Otuado's setup, if you compare this style to what we had against Uruguay, South Korea, we were able to use both laterals. That's Tariq Lamptey and Gideon Mensah. But with Ali Duseidu and Baba Rahman, I feel Otuado will focus more on the left-hand side because Ali Duseidu is not that right back that you can depend on offensively. And you need numbers at the back. So you see Baba Rahman engaging in more of offensive activities than Ali Duseidu. So Ali Duseidu most of the time will tuck in and then join Amati and then Salisu to form a 3-back in terms of defending and all that. But I think if we do that, then the problem we faced against South Korea will come back. That is when the opponent will get spaces in our lateral areas to swing in the crosses and all that, which we find it difficult handling such balls, and it was evident in the South Korea game. But all in all, I think it's a good lineup, and with the 2 games we've played already, we showed a good transition sometimes in a game. And with our 31 passing sequence before we scored, it tells you that the team is gradually, growing in confidence. Yeah. So I think if we get that side of our game right, if we are able to hold on to the ball, dictate the pace of the game, because we have Thomas Partey and Ali Duseidu who can control the tempo of the game very well. So if they turn up today, bring their A game on board, if we are able to control the tempo of the game, because the Uruguayans are not a side that will have the ball too much. They always focus on attack. They want to go long, they want to counter and all that. They are not that kind of Brazil type that will want to hold on to the ball, swing passes together before they progress and all that. So if you are playing such a side, you are assured that you are going to have the ball more. What you do with the ball becomes a key. So I'm expecting Thomas Partey to step up, find Andre Ayew, Kudus in between the lines, just as he did for the final goal against South Korea. And if we are able to do that to perfection, I think beating Uruguay is not it's not difficult.
Ed, you've seen the lineup. It seems Otuado is still not sure with his back 4.
Well, I think still it's obvious he's not sure, but I also think, taking a second look at it, I think the coach is trying to be a bit tactical in the sense that he knows that the Uruguayans have had time to look at our games, and then there's a possibility, as they say, you don't change a winning team. Nobody expects him to play Baba Rahman, but he's playing Baba Rahman. The only difficulty we've had with Baba Rahman is the things we've spoken about all this, the whole of throughout all tournaments he's played in, his ability to track back. Yes, he does the crosses and things like that, but the damage he causes to the team if he's not able to track back is more than the positive he gives to the team. But let's hope that he's seen what happened in the Korea game and probably has had time to think through how he's going to his movements and when he's going and how he's coming back. What is good is that we still see Inaki leading the charge. What I'm not too sure if we really want to press the Uruguayans or we want to defend, because from the lineup it appears we want to hold play until the time where they can get exhausted, and then we play at them. But you see, these are Southern Americans. They don't get tired. They run almost like the Koreans. So you cannot possibly absorb them for a long time, because the more you absorb, you should be prepared not to crack in the process. We've seen our team absorb for a considerable number of time, and then when you expect them to actually move forward, that's when they break. So I think it's something the coach needs to look at. We are sure of the kind of attack that we will get from Suarez and Darwin. People have said that Darwin, this tournament, hasn't been able to click. But you see, in a tournament, it only takes one game, and it takes 1 minute, and one opportunity, and then you make your moment. And for a player like Darwin, we saw what we said about him when he joined Liverpool. And when he sparked, we've seen a lot of things about him at Liverpool. So I don't think we should underestimate him. He's good in the air. He's good with the long balls. He's able to he's also able to press. So our back 3, that's why I have a problem. I think the good thing is that Seydou is back there, and he seems a more focused, sharp, and then down to earth. So I think that might balance the equation a little bit. And then we have the Amatis. But we do have about 3 or 5 cards, which I don't know how we're going to play, because we are playing with caution or not. We've seen in this tournament where it almost came to a card game where yellow cards will determine whether you qualify or not. But I think we need to work. Even it almost happened with the previous game. I think we need to work on the discipline at the back a little bit and then see how we move forward.
All right, so let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll go straight to the GhanaWeb Stadium, and then regularly we'll be giving you updates on the game going on at the Education City Stadium at the same time between Portugal and South Korea. Don't forget that the Seleçaos, after beating Ghana and Uruguay, have already booked their place in the run of 16. This is Matchday Live right here on GhanaWeb TV. We'll go for a quick break when we come back.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then, the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Now, Susu sang pine, be a want on and be a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on Sam. Pipoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted. Instant charges. Exchange waiting in Sudia. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no. Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 What first transaction? What they send this car coffee no? Dial to Lemon and Finance.
We have an opportunity to do what they did to us in 2010. The day was Friday 2nd. Today too is Friday, December 2nd at the GhanaWeb Stadium. Jones, let me bring you quickly the lineup of Ghana. No Wenger in the team again.
Yeah, I think Otuado is going for a more cautious game this time around. Of course, we need a point. If we get a point, we are good to go. And Jordan, are you starting? We have all apologized to Jordan, are you for actually coming all out at him. So for me, the lineup is not too bad, and Seydou would provide good defensive solidity at the right hand side, and then he might help stop some of the crosses, because we've realized that when crosses come into the box, 50-50 chances they might score, and Atizigi starts again. We don't have a better option, but this is our game and we need to go for it. So for me, the lineup, I'm okay with it. Andrea, you start again. We'll run a lot, and we need Andrea, but then for his experience too, we need him there, and so it is a good lineup. This is the best Otuado can for us against Uruguay.
All right, so back to Uruguay. Their captain, Diego Godin, who is their all-time most capped player with 136 appearances, will be missing from this game. And then the Uruguay players are currently on the pitch singing their national anthem. They have won the World Cup twice. But if you check their jersey, they have 4 stars on it. And they are saying that the 2 Olympic games that they won before FIFA finally decided to create their own competition in 1930 is part of the World Cup, because the 1924 and 1928 Olympic Games, FIFA collaborated with the Olympic committee to put that tournament together. So they are saying they have 4 World Cup instead of 2. That is why they have 4 stars on their jersey.
But will you blame them?
You won't blame them. They want it.
So they take like that. So about what John said, I think Ghanaians are a bit too hypocritical. I don't for once ever would apologize to Jordan Ayew.
Yes.
Never. I would never do that. Why should I do that? Jordan Ayew has played over 80 matches for the Black Stars. 80. And in that 80, he has performed abysmally for 80 plus times. Not one game will make me think Jordan Ayew, because the expectation on Jordan Ayew is way beyond what he delivers. Because his father even made us rate him high. His father said between Jordan and Dede, he's a better player. So nobody should ever think that it will take one match for us to think Jordan is we deserve more than he gives us. And he's played more than 80 matches. One game can clean up all the mess he's created.
One game cannot clean Jordan's mess, but in the absence of Diego Godin, Luis Alberto Diaz Suarez, formerly of Barcelona, Liverpool, and Atletico de Madrid, is the captain for Uruguay today in the absence of Diego Godin. Ima, what is this telling Ghanaians?
For the first time, I'm not seeing Casares in the lineup. I'm not seeing Diego Godin in the lineup. It means they are relying on fresh bloods, and now they have to win. So they need to attack. That's why you see players like Arasqueta in the lineup, players like Varela in the lineup. So they are fresh bloods. You have Valverde, you have Bentancur, you don't have Vitinho in the midfield, you have Facundo Pellistri also in there. So they are going to run at the Black Stars. They are going to attack. So I think we should be ready. In as much as they will attack, we will get to the spaces to exploit. But how are we going to exploit it with Jordan Ayew and Kudus Mohammed? The game we will live to see how they will exploit the spaces that will be left in behind the Uruguayan backline. But for me, there's a solid backline, having fresh bloods in there compared to the backline they've used in their previous 2 games. I'm expecting them to have a good game, especially Jimenez and then Valerie. I think they are very good on the right side. So I'm looking forward to a good game from the back line.
Jones, quick one. The game that is going on at the Education City Stadium between South Korea and Portugal. Yeah. Now, this is the permutations for today. If the South Koreans are able to beat Portugal, they stand a chance of qualifying, depending on the results that will come out from the game at the GhanaWeb Stadium.
Yeah, of course, it's not in their hands, because the Black Stars have their destiny in their hands. So for us here, if we also play a draw, we also get to qualify straight up. But I think Portugal would slightly win. But we've seen some surprises in the tournament so far. So if it to come to a surprise, we might see a draw from that game, and then the Black Stars, of course, we need just some points to qualify and then get to the round of 16.
All right, so German referee Daniel Siebert gets us underway at the GhanaWeb Stadium. This is GhanaWeb Match Day Live. We're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and then on GhanaWeb.com. Currently, the ball is in the half of the Black Stars. Daniel Amate wearing the white jersey. The Uruguayans were trying to press, and it was a good one from Thomas Partey trying to pick out Jordan Ayew, but that was a good clearance from Golemo back to Babaraman inside the midfield. Salis Adams, he sent the ball back to Babaraman, and he was looking for Jordan Ayew. There was a slight tackle in there from Raul Jimenez. What's a needless one. He's injured on the pitch crying, but the referee Daniel Siebert has halted play for the officials to attend to Raul Jimenez.
I think before he didn't get contact with Jimenez. And you know, Kudus Mohammed is on a yellow card, so you would want him to get a yellow card
and miss the next game.
Let him play cautious.
I think, yes, he exaggerated the contact a bit, but the referee did well in awarding him the free kick.
The referee did well in awarding him the free kick. Daniel Sibet is very experienced. He officiated the game between Tunisia and Australia in Group D. That game, Tunisia lost. Don't forget, 2 of our African brothers, that's the Teranga Lions of Senegal and Atlas Lions of Morocco, have already booked their place in the knockout phase. The ball is still in the Ghanaian area. A good clearance from Guillermo. Luis Suarez challenged it, but Sariki Mohamed Salisu was there to clear the ball from getting to Luis Suarez. Guillermo take possession of the throw-in for Uruguay. The South Americans are still in possession. They did a host and win in the first edition of the World Cup. Host and win. There was a bit of a tussle between Salisu Mohammed and the Arestica. He lost. And then Ghana, that ball should have been a corner, Ima.
It should have been a corner, but with the way Facundo Pelistri slid in, I think, yes, he got a touch on the ball. That's how come the referee awarded the goal kick. But if you look at Ghana's shape on the field, I think Kudus Mohammed is playing as a false 9 with Inaki Williams playing as a winger, right winger. So let's see how the game will go, because having Inaki Williams as a winger will also help the team very well. So let's see, Kudus Mohammed as a false 9. He's played that for Ayas and he's been delivering for them. So let's see if that form will come for him to deliver for the Black Stars.
We've done 3 minutes of action at the Al General Stadium and the same at the Education City Stadium. It's goalless in Group H as it stands now. The Black Stars of Ghana are through to the run of 16 of the World Cup, but there is some minute. Kudus Mohammed in the area of Uruguay. He gave it to Partey. Partey slows down. Aristica wins the ball, and now Rodrigo Bentancur is on the offensive side. He picks out Darwin Nunes, and he has been blocked by Mohamed Salisu. He was looking for a foul, but Daniel Sibet is not having any of it.
Now, this is the biggest problem of the Black Stars. The goals we've considered in this World Cup have come from losing possession in transition.
Yes.
And we failed to defend when the opponents break on a counter. So I don't expect players like Thomas Partey to lose the ball cheaply like he did. We should avoid certain mistakes.
We should avoid certain mistakes. And it has been the usual disconnection between the attackers and the midfielders in Inaki Williams. But now, Uruguay regains possession. They are in their own half. And whenever they get the ball, they are in a hurry to take the ball to the attackers. And today, they are 3-man attack in the absence of Edison Cavani. It's Darwin Nunes of Liverpool. The FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, is here because this is the game you cannot afford to miss. The whole world is watching, and the entire African continent, with the exception of maybe our brothers in Nigeria and South Africa, all the other African countries.
But I think still you have Nigerians and then South Africans rooting for them, because you look back at 2010.
They root for us, but if we lose,
they will laugh at us.
Yes.
Obviously. We would have done same to them too.
But now it's Matthias Olivier to Freddie Valverde. He hasn't really been impressive in this World Cup, and there is a good stop from Ali Dusedu. He says the World Cup is the stage for him to show the world that he is. And Luis Suarez has been stopped by Ali Dusedu. Again, the ball is still in the area of Ghana. Salis clear it. Uruguay send it back to. And there is Thomas Partey to Kudus Mohammed. Kudus couldn't hold on to possession. Oliveira take it back to Raul Jimenez.
I think that's going to be a problem we'd have if Kudus is going to play as a false 9, holding the ball. It's going to be very difficult for him to do that hold up play and then let his players come onto him. So that would be a problem. Though it is a good thing that he's playing as a false 9, that would be a problem for us in that position.
And the net is shaking at the Education City Stadium. Portugal
Let's go.
are in the lead. Portugal get to the first goal at the Education City Stadium. After just 6 minutes of action, Ricardo Horta puts Portugal ahead. As it stands now, the Black Stars just need a point, and they are through to the run of 16 and back to the Al Janoub Stadium. Kudus Mohammed and Rodrigo Bentancur doing what he does best.
Yeah.
If you lose the ball, don't lose the man.
This is what we don't do too well. We call it technical fouls to break the opposition's play. And this is what our opponents, they've been doing it very, very well, but you don't get it from the Black Stars. But that was a good hold-up play by Kudus Mohammed to win the free kick.
That was a good hold-up play. And since coming from the Education City Stadium in Ghana, we have a free kick again. Don't forget that our first free kick against South Korea. And then at the back of the net, Jordan Ayew and Kudus Mohammed, the usual men, are behind the ball again. And there is Salisu Mohammed. They take it, Thomas Partey, they're whipping the ball. And there has been able to clear the ball. Referee has awarded a foul to Ugulemu Valeria for an infringement on him. No danger, and the free kick has been wasted.
Yeah, I think it was a good position for him to whip in the ball, but I don't know why he went for a short free kick, finding Thomas Partey. I think maybe it might be a training ground routine that they couldn't execute it. Next time, hopefully, they will be able to execute it. But seeing Inaki Williams on the wings means Ghana suffered in the Korea game because Kudus Mohammed was not tracking back mostly. So if you have Inaki Williams, who has the work rate to track back and defend, I think it's a good move by Otuado.
It's a good move by Otuado, but Luis Suarez has dropped deep. He won the ball now. Uruguay are on the attack. They're whipping the ball. And Ghana should be careful. They're cutting back. Baba Rahman needs to be careful.
Very, very careful.
His tackle on the man wearing the jersey number 8 for Uruguay was very needless.
Yeah, I think Baba Rahman, this is downside, and Ed highlighted that part of his game. But the problem with Uruguay was evident here. When they get to the final third, they lack options because their strikers are not in the right positions. Pelistri, cut the ball inside, but there was nobody available to do the connection. And I think if they continue to play like this, it will help us because attack, they are not that dangerous to the Black Stars defense.
Facundo Pelistri wearing the jersey number 8. He was put with a true ball, but he couldn't. And Ghana needs to be careful.
I think
Freddy Valverde commits a foul on Abdul Saleh Samed.
10 minutes done. I think we've been comfortable, no pressure as we saw in the South Korean game. But you know, I don't know if it's a plan from the Uruguayans, to let us enjoy ourselves. We have to be very cautious again. But if we are comfortable at this early stages, let's try to get some shots. Let's try to get some attempts before it gets too late and then tides change and it goes in favor of the Uruguayans.
The Ghanaians are struggling to get out of their box. Ali Dusedu loses possession. The Uruguay are going again. Luis Suarez on the chase. It was Darwin Nunes. He couldn't pick the pass from Rodrigo Bentancur. And Ghana will have a defensive throw in. Daniel Amate was ready to challenge Darwin Nunes. But fortunately for Ghana, the Liverpool striker couldn't keep the ball in play.
Nunes needs a goal desperately. He needs a goal to show the kind of striker he is at the world stage. Yeah. And we need to be very careful because if you look at his 2 runs, all of it cuts us off. And about 2 of our back 3 are always not in the game when Nunes picks the ball. So we need to be very careful how we move.
This was what I was talking about prior to the game. They are not too good handling the ball. So Ghana needs to hold on to possession very well because their press, there are many loopholes in their press because we saw Thomas Partey breaking the line to Andre Ayew. We just need to improve our hold-up play, how we control the game. We can control this game simply because they are not that good as compared to South Korea and then Portugal. From the 11 minutes, you could clearly see this is the weakest Uruguay team you ever play.
But you see, their danger man is sitting on their most potent striker aside Suarez. It's Cavani.
So I was feeling he would even start because watching the South Korean game, crosses comes in, and he's one of the best.
With the age, you would want the game to go so that the players are warmed up before he comes in.
And Ghana is on the attack. Thomas Partey, he loses the ball again, very cheap. And Uruguay are now breaking up play. Freddy Valverde on the left side of the Uruguay attack, and now they are in the midfield. Freddy Valverde back to Guillermo, and Guillermo to Fakunde. Fakunde loses possession to Salis. Salis lose the ball to Freddy Valverde. There was a bit of a tussle between the two.
Thomas Partey needs to be careful.
But the referee awarded an infringement on behalf of Uruguay. They take the ball very quick, and they are now in possession. Freddy Valverde to Rodrigo Bentancur to the right-hand side of the Uruguay attack, and they're whipping the ball straight, and it goes straight into the waiting arms of goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi.
I think Thomas Partey needs to be careful with his distributions. In our midfield, he is the best distributor we have. He needs to calm his nerves down. He's been rushing his passes and all that. He has to make the good. He has to take good decisions for the team to, maintain possession for long. Because the Uruguayans are desperate. We are not desperate. Portugal are in the lead, so we just have to frustrate them with our possession and all that.
And Uruguay, would have been.
So here comes our problem from the goal. The goalkeeper grabs the ball.
Yes.
And he sends the ball in. We don't win the second ball, and the ball comes back at us. When you look at the Portugal game, the same thing happened against South Korea. The same thing happened. We lose after the goalkeeper sends it in. Maybe Inaki gets the first touch. Then we lose the second ball. Spaces are in the
moment we lose the second ball, two of our back three are out of the game because you see Suarez running at them. You see, it's only one that is in the game.
Yeah.
We need to be very careful. It took a timely interception from Ali Isedu, and then Darwin Nunez would have been clear on goal.
Amate and Salisu were out of the game already.
We need to be very careful. As it stands now, by virtue of Portugal's goal against Korea, Portugal, they have 9 points, Ghana 4, and Uruguay 2. If it stays like this at the Genome Stadium, the Black Stars will be making their way and will be joining their two African brothers, Morocco and Senegal, in the round of 16. And possibly, if Brazil wins their game against Cameroon, it means Ghana will be setting up a round of 16 tie against the Brazilians, the most successful country in the history of football.
Yeah, it will be a good game, difficult one, because we faced Brazil 3 times and we've lost all. In our first World Cup, we faced them in the round of 16, and they thumped us 3-0 and 3 unanswered goals. And we have to think about Uruguay's game first. We are yet to settle in the game. Uruguay are just searching for an early goal.
Our midfield is off.
They are desperate. It's not like they are off. The
coercion,
the distribution, they are rushing everything. They just need to calm down. You need at least a draw to qualify, and you are playing against a team that's not good on the ball. So I think we just need to calm down and take the right decisions.
Go. And now we are going again. Inaki Williams put Jordan Ayew through at the edge of the ball. Jordan, he cut in. He's throwing the ball. Jordan Ayew shoots. And Kudus Mohamed is going for the rebound. Kudus
offside.
And the referee,
come on,
Daniel Sibel says Kudus Mohamed was offside. That was a very feeble attempt from Jordan Ayew after his brother put him through with a very good ball. Jordan should have done better. The shot was very feeble and couldn't trouble goalkeeper Sergio Ruti.
And the rebound from Kudus Mohamed.
Look at the pass from Inaki.
He wasn't offside.
Kudus wasn't offside.
Andre was offside.
It was Andre.
How is Andre interfering with play?
He moved
in front of the goalkeeper, so he would have obscured his vision.
Yeah.
So Dede was offside. Because he obscured the vision of the goalkeeper.
It would have been a penalty for Ghana.
Yeah,
but Jordan should have done better.
Jordan should have done better.
It looked like he wasn't expecting the ball.
Yes, because come on, this is the highest stage.
Jordan was in a very good position after taking on Guillermo Varela, and there is a check. Nice. If they check and Andre was not offside, probably Ghana will get a penalty.
Andre was offside.
He's not offside.
But it's up to it's up to the referee to decide.
Because you see,
did he obstruct play?
He didn't obstruct the goalkeeper.
So the check is over. The check is they are still on it. Andre is standing closely beside referee Daniel Sibet.
You know, we've seen interesting. I don't know.
Interesting.
If you guys watched I think was it the France game? The France game. The offside against Griezmann. It was crazy.
It was ridiculous. Yeah.
Very, very crazy.
Daniel Sibet is communicating with
the offside rule just came before the game. Because if you look at for me, I don't think Andre was.
And Daniel Sibet is going to check for himself.
Goodness gracious.
He made his debut in refereeing in 2005, and since 2005 he has officiated 460 games. This will be his 461st.
No, the goalkeeper is here.
Okay. And now they are saying it's not an offside. It means they are checking a possible penalty.
It's an offside.
They are checking a possible. He didn't get the ball, and it's a clear penalty. Goalkeeper Sergio Ruki didn't get the ball. Kudus got the first touch, and it's a clear penalty as they.
It's a penalty, and he shouldn't be.
It's 100% penalty more than what they gave to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yes.
Daniel Sibet.
But okay, he didn't touch him.
No,
he did.
That was the angle. That was the angle they gave the referee.
Let's see. Let's see. Are we having a penalty? And it's a penalty. And trust Andre Morgan.
I don't think we should celebrate because we've seen the best penalty taker.
Oh, don't worry.
Messi has missed 2 penalties in this World Cup alone.
Clear foul, and now the Ghanaians are saying that the goalkeeper needs to be booked. He was the last man.
Yes.
He deserves a yellow card.
He deserves a yellow card.
Yeah.
And Andre Dede Ayew.
Imagine penalty kick deciding this game.
Yes.
Is history about to repeat?
Andre Ayew should keep his head.
I don't know, but
Andre Dede Ayew, he is the first son of the maestro, Abedi Ayew Pele.
He's the second son.
He's the second son, sorry, after Rahim. He was born on December 17, 1989. 32 years of age. Andre Ayew, Uruguay are still protesting there. So they are trying to frustrate Andre. Andre is calm. He has the ball, and Darwin Nunes has been booked.
Good.
Andre Morgan Ayew, this will be his 113th appearance for the Black Stars. He made his debut in 2008. He has scored 24 goals for the Black Stars. Andre Morgan Ayew. Andre Morgan Ayew against goalkeeper Sergio.
I would have preferred Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew is the best penalty taker we have in this team.
For me, I think these are the moments where we need Dede Ayew.
Andre Morgan Ayew against goalkeeper Sergio Ruki.
If we miss a penalty against Uruguay again.
Andre takes against Sergio. Andre, Sergio, let's see. Andre goes back to his favorite left foot. Andre, he's known as the man for the big occasions. Andre Morgan Ayew. The entire country is silent. They are waiting for the outcome of this penalty. Andre Morgan Ayew, Daniel Sibet gives the go-ahead for the Ghana captain. Andre takes 1, 2, 3 step. And Andre miss! Andre miss! What a very bad penalty from Andre Ayew.
I was expecting Dede Ayew.
What kind of penalty is this?
I was expecting Andre Morgan Ayew to have done better, because normally most of his penalties go in the center. This was our chance to cool our heads, and we've even giving the Uruguayans the notion that the gods of football are on their side.
Andre, what's a penalty?
That was a poor
That was a very poor penalty.
The keeper was on his line. Everything he did, it was a good save, but
it was poor.
Yes, very.
I told you, Jordan Ayew is the best penalty taker in our team.
And Crystal Palace is not. He has been missing. Andre has never missed a penalty till today.
Jordan Ayew has never.
Well,
missed
as I
a
said,
penalty.
this tournament, the best penalty takers have missed.
But
And
where do we go from here?
Where we go is to
here?
understand that we
Wow.
need to play this game
We
out
still-
on the
we-
field.
We still need to push.
Where do we go from here? Is history about to repeat itself? When it happened, I was a 13-year-old boy watching the game in the confines of our home in Southport.
Really? No.
Twice we have missed a penalty.
Twice
Uruguay
we've
at
missed
the World Cup.
penalties against Uruguay, and they are happy.
It's sad. It's sad. Pressure. There's going to be a lot of pressure on
the Black Stars.
On the Black Stars.
Look at what is happening.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on Morgan Dede Ayew and see.
It's not only him. The entire team needs to put
Because-
themselves back together.
And Uruguay will be relieved. They would feel that okay.
Andre is
They-
off.
they-
Andre.
Oh goodness.
And now,
Oh,
Darwin
God.
Nunes is clear. Atizigi, what Atizigi waiting for? And that's a good clearance from Salisu Mohammed. What was Atizigi waiting for in his post?
I think Atizigi was slow when he was
when he
coming
made
out.
the first attempt to come
Yeah,
forward,
that he would have been the
It
first.
was not decided.
he would have been the first to the ball if he
Yeah.
had moved.
It's indecision. He didn't know whether to come.
would have
No.
been the first.
He was coming and then he paused. I don't know what is going on in his head there.
That was some form of Thiago Silva goal line clearance.
That's what you get from the best defenders, tracking back, making sure their team keeps clean sheet. But I mean, the penalty miss is getting into the heads of the players. We need to calm down.
We need to calm down.
How we move on from the penalty miss, it will really take us.
The boys need to put themselves together. This is the live commentary. Live commentary, and now corner 4. And Georgia whipping the ball. But we clear it. Federico Valverde send it back. Valverde is still with the ball. Rodrigo Bentancur is forced to go back. Now Guillermo will have to go to his goalkeeper, Sergio. And I can hear the atmosphere in town. It's as if somebody is dead. Like it's like the entire neighborhood is quiet.
Yes, because this was a revenge, and it would have been a sweet revenge if we had scored our first goal by a penalty. And I don't know if probably it should have been Kudus, it should have been someone else.
Well, the best player took the penalty.
Andre is the first penalty taker.
Oh,
Winning 2.
2-1.
We still need to keep our heads and make sure we are in the game, because taking the lead would have helped us a lot. But now we are
Yeah, there'll be pressure on us. Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure on the entire team. And
there's Inaki, you know.
see, no, and you see, when these things happen, I don't know, is 2010 happening again?
It plays on your mind.
have
You can
just
remember.
been
You can talk about Barcelona.
Okay.
He was onside.
Yeah, Andre was onside.
Yeah. You can talk about Barcelona. When Barcelona suffered that debacle against
Roma,
and it happened against Liverpool. Anytime they meet a tough opponent and then they go down in a crucial moment, they crumble.
Yeah.
So I think missing the penalty against a side like Uruguay you suffered 12 years ago, yes, it will have an impact on your psyche, and I'm looking forward to how the players will go on and then get the needed points.
See, we've seen in penalties where even you know that there's a case for a rebound. Look at our players. There was no Ghanaian player to rush for the second ball,
because everybody
thought that he was going to score.
He's going to score. He's one of the
we played modern football.
Darwin Nunes whip the ball, and we give to Luis Suarez. Suarez is clear, and there's a good save from Atizigi, and Uruguay get the first goal. A rebound from the man wearing jersey number 10, Jorginho, gets the first goal for Uruguay. The South Americans are backing it. They are ahead of the game. It was an attempt from Luis Suarez, and a save from Loris Atizigi, and there is Georgia to the second ball in the box. Uruguay are ahead. They get to the first goal. Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
That was what I said after the penalty miss. It's still on the players' mind. It's eating them up. And again, we lost possession in transition and we couldn't defend. This has been our
how
problem.
Can all the two players miss the cross?
That I don't know how, but I mean it happened because this is not the first time. It happened against Portugal. It happened against South Korea. We made 2 mistakes and we conceded from those mistakes. Today we've made a lot of mistakes and finally we've conceded from 1. Yeah, it's really difficult.
Wow, it is sad. I think the odds are against us. See, we had them. The first 10-20 minutes was in our favor. We had a penalty out of nothing, and we should have scored because this is the revenge we came for. And now there's pressure on us, and now it is going to look.
The Black Stars are the Jet Aristica is going again. He's set up, and Uruguay Luis Suarez. And there is a clearance from Daniel Amate.
Korea have equalized.
And South Korea gets the equalizer. It's 1-1 at the Education City Stadium. Things are happening. At the Al Janoub Stadium, Ghana is down.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Andre is gone from the game mentally.
He's gone.
He's gone. With the entire team, now Kudus Muhammad. He is the one that the entire country will be hoping that, just like he did in the previous game, he will be able. I don't understand why the switch in play between Inaki and Kudus is not helping us.
I think, you know, this is a team they've not played. I always say that if you know your teammate and you know how he wants the ball, you know how he plays his ball, you know how he times his run and everything, it will help you. But this is a team they are playing, I think, for the 3rd time together, and it is not enough time for them to know themselves very well. So it is coming to play here.
The table has shifted. Portugal 7 points, Uruguay 4, Ghana 3, South Korea 2.
Really.
Salis.
Jesus Christ.
There's Salisu, Ali Dusedu. Dusedu was trying to connect with his man up front. He whipping the ball, but he was very feeble. And it lands in the arms of goalkeeper Sergio. This is the time we will see Otuado. If he is really indeed the tactical genius.
It was a good start from
we were made to believe.
It was a good start from Otuado. We had them because for me it was a perfect start. We didn't see the Uruguayans in this game in the first 20 or even 10 minutes. Then we got a penalty. It was in our favor. Our captain, who I was believing, I said that he was good for the right person in these cases. He actually disappointed us, and he knows that Ghanaians are not going to forgive.
I think there should be a change.
Yeah,
we need to substitute our
Andre
left
should
back.
be taken out from the game.
It's not Andre, not only Andre. Our left back, Baba Rahman.
Baba Rahman is not helping.
They are targeting Baba Rahman.
Yes.
They are creating the overloads for him, and he's struggling to find an antidote to that left hand side. That's where they are creating all the chances, and you know that's where the goal came from. So I think there should be changes early, so that we can get back into the game, and we should be careful.
Frustrations amongst our players as Ali Dusedu fouls Luis Suarez.
Can't believe this.
And Uruguay have a free kick just around the edge of our 18-yard box. The South Americans now, all they have to do is to hold on, or at least try and kill the game with a second goal. All the Black Stars need to do at this point is to get a goal. 15 minutes more plus added time in the extra time. And look at the faces of our supporters. I can see Nana B of the MPP, Mr. Abraham Boate, one-man supporter. and their faces
Wow.
are not cheerful at all. Uruguay are going again. Luis Suarez.
Wow.
He finds the goal scorer, and there's another goal. Concentration problem all over here again. And Georgian Diarisika gets the second goal for Uruguay. Concentration problem all over again. Concentration problem.
Look at the amount of space.
And we are all over.
Look at the amount of pace Pelistri
And the South Americans get to the second goal in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah, this has been a problem. Now it's really, really difficult. The game is really, really way beyond us. And if we are able, if we want to get a point from this game, we have to go the extreme. And it will be painful to exit this competition this way. How our defensive organization, yes, I was talking about it. Ali Dusedu will always tack in, leaving his man free. He will always tack in, trying to join Andre, this player, Amate, and then Salisu.
You know,
I spoke about this thing before the game.
But Atizigi should have done better with this.
I don't know.
I'm saying that, see, that is what you get if you play a centre back as a right back. The other game, we saw him play very well because we played.
No, but yet again, it's coming from Babaraman's side.
Yeah.
The cross came.
You know, no, I won't even blame Babaraman.
From that side, Babaraman
look at the
and
space.
then Jordan Ayew.
Look at the space he had in midfield. Where was Partey? Where was Salisa?
The position of Saidu makes it quite difficult to understand what he's trying to do because you can't leave your marker there with a lot of space, a lot of time for him to make a decision on what to do with the ball, whether sleep on the ball or bath with the ball. He's there alone. And then you've already committed yourself to a tackle which you didn't win. How do you track back in this case?
At this point, I wish Korea will win and then they will qualify instead.
At this point, this is going to be a long day for us as Ghanaians.
I think that they deserve the 2 goals. We've not played our best. We've not played our best.
You know, football is about taking chances. We had a penalty. We should have scored. Trust me. If we had scored that penalty, this
momentum would have been.
Yes,
the momentum shifted.
Momentum shifted.
When we lost the penalty.
Oh goodness.
This is very sad.
I mean, Suarez has assisted twice. A Uruguayan team.
Yes. Now he goes in for the 3-back system. Substitution comes in.
Now they are taking off Rodrigo Bentancur.
Yes. They don't need passes so much. They need to defend. They need to play.
And Matias Vicino has been introduced in this game. There is
so dejected. Dede Ayew has let Ghanaians down because this is our game to win. But I still believe that it is football.
Where do we go from here, Ima?
Yeah, just as I said after he missed the ball, I think this is mental game. It's about how we psych ourselves to come into the second half to fight and then get a point. We just need a point. And a goal in the first half will change how we approach the second half. But how are we going to get it? Because our team still looks unsettled. We can't swing passes together. We can't break the lines. The Uruguayans are not playing. It's not like they are superb. They are not playing their best games, but they are scoring. And it's all down to our defensive organization. And Babaraman on the left side, he has been poor. Aliou Dusedu, he's been good, but his positional awareness has also caused this team a lot in this game. So hopefully we find something and then get the right spark to approach the second half well. Else we are going to suffer in this game.
35 minutes of action, and we are already down. The concentration issues, we spoke about it during our pre-match analysis, and it is evident that we cannot keep our head in the game. Now we have the ball, Thomas Partey. We've lost the ball so many times, but Babaraman loses it again. Partey wins it back. We give it back to the Uruguayans again. Salis. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Atizigi to Ali Dusedu. Said this is the game we need a Tariq Lamptey very bad.
Yeah, because they are strikers, they are fullback, it's not attacking. So it's not like they are overloading Seidu. So if you have Tariq Lamptey, he will give you an outlet on the right side because you are not playing with a direct winger. So, I mean, we miss him.
And Kudus Mohamed! And Kudus! The ball deflects.
He's our only hope.
Yes.
Our star man.
As it stands now.
Matthias Vecino in the second half eliminates. We need Kamal, Dean Suleiman, and all the other guys very quick.
We just have to find Kudus more.
But trust me, the Uruguayans are also good at this. At this defending, come on, they can do this for 90 minutes. They can do this for 120 minutes. They can
One
do this
goal and we are in it.
They know how to soak pressure.
One goal and we are in it. Kwana, Jordan Ayew.
We just need
He whipping the ball.
The spark.
Uruguay and set pieces, defending set pieces.
Trust me.
And there is Luis Suarez. He has assisted twice in this game. And he cleared that ball. Another corner for Ghana.
This guy.
One goal. And the comeback. Suarez. He cleared the ball again.
Really?
Bad.
Really?
Baba Rahman.
Really? This is, no, you see, you can't even play this in Accra to Folk Kotoko game. Are you guys seeing? This you had a lot of space, 10 acres all around you. Oh, come on.
I think
Baba Rahman.
Okay.
Wow. Trust me, Joe, if we don't get a goal in the first half, put pressure on this team, get a goal in the first half, our people should call their hotel, check out, pack their bags, and we should be getting out of Qatar.
37 minutes, our fans.
Ghanaians in Qatar have done a superb job supporting this team, giving them the spirit they need. It's up to the players to match that energy. And it's not there. Right now, we are lacking it. So it's...
This is the time we need supporters at the stadium and not fans.
If you suffered an event 12 years ago and it's similarly flashed on your eyes, 5 minutes ago, seeing your captain miss a crucial penalty.
And now, Luis Suarez is clear inside the 18-yard box. Darwin Nunes is trying to bring in Suarez, but Salis was very clever with his interception. He was heckled by Frederick Valverde. He prevented the RC Lengths midfielder from progressing the ball. Luis Suarez believes that Salis fouled him in the 18-yard box, but referee Daniel Seibert is not having any of it. This is the time, Ghana. They need all their big boys to come to the party. Thomas Partey need to let his presence. The man, the crosses are not working. And there, the South Americans are on the break again. Daniel Amate step into Thomas Partey with the ball. Partey takes the ball back.
There's no option.
There's no option in front.
He just has to come back.
I can't believe this. Trust me, I cannot believe this.
Good
because
one.
This
That's a good play. He's undecided.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Ali Seidu.
We need
There is
Tariq. We
no
need Tariq Lamptey.
bite from our.
We need Tariq Lamptey. The coach should have gone all out. As I said, he should have gone all out because this was our game for the taking. The Uruguayans are not a good side. They are not too good. We didn't see anything after we missed that penalty. Look at how they've come at us.
It's not like the Uruguayans are playing superb football.
No.
This is it's down to self-destruction. Yeah, we've caused the 2 goals. We missed a penalty, and they are in the lead. So it's not like they've been the better side, but we've been poor. That's it.
We've been very poor. 40 minutes inside the Al Janoub Stadium. And Uruguay have their own destiny in their own hands. Maintain their lead, and they are through to the round of 16. Ghana, all hope is not lost yet.
Of course, it is
just
football.
one goal, and we are back in the game. Babarama down the left side here, whipping the ball. There is nobody there. Kudus Muhammad fought hard to win back possession. Ali Disedu and Kudus Muhammad is still in possession. Kudus need to release the ball, and it's back to Ali Disedu. He went in very recklessly. And there is a foul on Luis Suarez committed by Salisu Muhammad.
Suarez is going to enjoy this moment. Trust me, he is going to enjoy this moment. Take his time. And I'm telling you that the Uruguayans are very good at this. If we don't get a goal sooner or later, it is sad that...
See, Suarez's antics, if he's your player, you will enjoy it. But if you play against him, he's very annoying. He always...
It's a foul.
It's a red card.
That's a red card.
It's a red card. And the lineman, I can't believe the lineman didn't see that.
Yeah.
I can't believe
you
the
see
lineman
how
didn't
he
see that.
went down to win the free kick. That's how he plays.
Look at. I can't believe the lineman didn't even check that. VAR.
He will try to frustrate.
But you know, for the first time, VAR has been in our favor, and this should be a red card. If this is a red card, it is going. Oh, come on! They are not even. There's no.
It wasn't checked as a foul. The president.
VAR should call him.
No, the referee waved that the match to go on until the Suarez foul happened before they even came back to check on these things.
Even what are people saying on social media?
Okay, so Ghanaians at the Al Janoub Stadium, they still believe Ghana will win, and I just saw somebody on the screen predicting 3-2 for Ghana. So on social media, I think at Benji says Atizigi should be up to the task. So Atizigi is also getting his there. Kofi Seidu says very bad defending. Nana Banamwa, that was a gorgeous goal. Okay, so he was talking about the Uruguayan second goal. At OS Good, yes. At OS Good, they really gave Suarez an assignment aside playing the ball. Okay, so at Omojua says hopefully they will heal from that Suarez, what Suarez did in 2010. Suarez was defending his country and did what he had to do, and his team got twice punished for that. It wasn't his fault that the advantage wasn't taken. So he is talking about Ghana. Taking off the revenge of their minds. And obeying.
All right, so I'll get back to you. Okay. Uruguay, they have a free kick at this point. We've done 44 minutes of action at the Al Janoub Stadium. And a free kick.
We dare not concede.
We dare not concede because we are still in the game. Uruguay, they have the men when it comes to set pieces, both defending and attacking. And there is it. You see, whipping the ball straight. There was a bit of a tussle. Luis Suarez fights back to keep the ball in play. He's been challenged, and there's a good dribble. Luis Suarez is inside the 18-yard box. Okay. But he was stopped by Ali Disedu. That was a calm dribble from Luis Suarez too.
Yeah, if you know Luis Suarez very well, in tight areas, he's very intelligent to get away in difficult moments, and that's what he just did. Babaraman has just been poor.
Every ball is.
Jordan Ayew is also missing in the game. Jordan with the ball, he's been pressed by two people. He wins a free kick for Ghana.
I still
just
can't believe,
around our edge.
I think, but now
the free kick has been taken quickly.
Making some changes to the team.
We should just wait.
I mean,
we will do 8 minutes of action, 8 minutes of added time. Ghana still much in the game. We just need one goal, and we have Ali Disedu.
He overdoes this thing.
He loses the ball very cheaply, and now Matias Vicino is on the attacking end. Frederick Valverde back to Guillermo Varela. He's been pressed by Jordan Ayew, but he keeps the ball. Frederick Valverde in possession again. Darwin Nunes is always making around Guillermo. He's being challenged by Babaraman. He whipping the ball, but he goes straight into the waiting arms of goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi. Ziggy starts, and Thomas Partey loses possession again.
Thomas
Now
Partey
it's back to goalkeeper Sergio.
Oh my.
Uruguay have been superior today, and not because they are a very good team, because the Black Stars players have been all over after Andre Ayew's penalty miss. And as it stands now, I'm just putting myself in the shoes of baby Jesse Samojan, and wherever he is today, how he will be feeling. Uruguay in possession of the back.
This is it. They are going to just take their time.
The Ghanaians are not pressing them.
Yeah, they are nearly 2 goals. They'll play the ball around. There's no need to go forward. If you come, they'll go. If you don't come, they will not go. So this lies with us. We need to be brave. If we are not brave enough, trust me, we can't get anything out of this game. And
now, we can't press them high because we are not sure of our defense. If you
but then there is nothing to lose at this point.
There is a lot to do.
There is a lot to lose because we need a draw and we are good.
Yes, but I'm saying that if you're not brave enough, we've seen teams, we've seen Japan pressed Spain
with the current setup. The moment they try to press, then there's a huge vulnerability in our back.
Yeah,
and we just need the ball looped, and then these guys, they run very fast, and then we will be done. Our defense hasn't been that good. It has been one of the worst defense I've seen in the World Cup.
We've done 2 minutes out of the 8.
Second balls.
Hey, and now we are going at the Education City Stadium. It's halftime. 1-1 between Portugal and Korea. Uruguay coming again in the 18-yard box. The goal scorer, he whipping the ball. It goes off the body of Salisu Mohammed. There comes Uruguay again. Guillermo was trying to keep the ball in play, but he couldn't.
You see, we put ourselves in this position again. Atiziki had the ball. Salisu was there. Enough space. In modern football, he should have passed that ball. He sends the ball in. We don't win the second ball. They press us again. In another on another day, that would have been a goal. I don't know, but I think the pressure has gotten to everyone and they are losing focus.
Oh yes.
The pressure has gotten to the entire players. Jordan Ayew, Andre Ayew, Partey, Salisu, all of them are off. Uruguay, they come again. Matias Vecino, back to Darwin Nunes. They take it back. Inaki Williams is chasing the ball. But then Uruguay pass it comfortably. They are not in a hurry to chase for a goal again. Matias Vecino has been the difference since his introduction. And there is Raul Jimenez, the marshal at the back. Guillermo Varela has been fouled by Jordan Ayew, and it will be a free kick around the Ghanaian box for Uruguay again.
Yeah, we shouldn't be committing free kicks around these areas because we are porous in defense. So if you concede such fouls around these advantageous areas, it becomes trouble. But hopefully we can defend it. But I'm expecting that Otuado will start the second half.
All right, so Freddy Valverde will take charge of this free kick. The Real Madrid man, he whipping the ball straight. And there was a touch from Luis Suarez. It was not Suarez, Jimenez rather. But he goes off target.
Oh, Christ.
He goes off target. And Ghana can breathe again.
I think that our team needs to maintain our composure for now until we go for the break. And then they see how to reorganize, because you can see a very dispirited team on the pitch. They are not themselves. The coach needs to really find the words that will inspire them to bring them back on the pitch. It's been a very, very difficult first half for the players, I must say, especially after the penalty.
Nearly lost the ball.
It could be a penalty.
Amate needs to be careful.
It could be a penalty.
Amate,
in this day and age where VAR,
you don't do that.
You don't do these things.
Facundo Palistri,
it could be a penalty.
Facundo was prevented from getting the ball, but Daniel Amate, my goodness, the goalkeeper had already covered the area.
You don't do certain things. You don't commit blunders like this, because if it ends up being a penalty, then you've
it's game over for us.
It's game over.
That was A very needless challenge, but we are very lucky that Daniel Seibert is not interested, and the Uruguayans themselves didn't protest.
They are by 2 goals, comfortable lead. They are playing the best of their football. Ghana are not threatening enough, so you don't waste your time on certain things. That's it.
You don't waste your time. Uruguay come again. Darwin Nunes. He gives the ball away to Thomas Partey in the Ghanaian half, and Ghana have been struggling to get the ball out of their area.
Yeah, it's all down to our structure, how we transition the ball. I've been highlighting on this thing, although people disagree with me, but I think our transitioning is very poor, and maybe it's down to the fact that this is a new team that we are putting together, so the cohesion is not there. But I mean, I expect them to have a better transition than what they've done so far in this tournament.
And there is Kudus Mohammed. He has also been a bit frustrated in the game. Now we are in the final minutes. Kudus. And there is brilliant defending from Uruguay. And the ball is back in the Ghana area for Salisu Mohammed. He's whipping the ball straight, trying to find Inaki Williams. But Inaki was trying to control the ball in the air with his foot. But that didn't work. It was a smart move from him.
This is what you get from Inaki. He's very smart with his moves, and it's up to the players to find him. Unfortunately, we can't find him, and we are struggling. We are down 2 goals. Hopefully, we will start the second half well.
Hopefully, and very soon, Daniel Seibert will be ending the first half of the game. And Uruguay might have booked their place in the run of 16. And that's the end of the first 45 minutes at the GhanaWeb Stadium. Uruguay are up by 2 goals. The goal scored by the man born in June 1st, 1994, 28 years of age. The Aristita Georgian scored the 2 goals for Uruguay. Luis Suarez with the 2 assists, and Andre Ayew with a penalty miss that dejected the entire team. And Ghana will have a heavy task in the second half to get back in the game, but all they need is a goal back, and they are in it. This was the live commentary of the first half between Ghana and Uruguay. Portugal and South Korea also drew 1-1. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we do the first half analysis.
Now, to sound quite dear one to Nambia, a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you basically see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I could concern. Pipoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £10.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting so the unbeatable. Resume promo code no Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 What first transaction? What is send this car coffee no? Dial to Lemon and Finance.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The Reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
The World Cup promises to be exciting, and there's no better place to catch the thrills and fun than Ghana's leading online platform, GhanaWeb.
From training ground reports, camp news, pre- and post-match analysis, and other human interest stories from the Mondial, GhanaWeb got you covered with expert views from journalists, current and retired footballers, and of course, our cherished readers and viewers.
Catch all the action on GhanaWeb and GhanaWeb TV.
Welcome back from the break. This is GhanaWeb Match Day Live. Ed, 2-0 in favor of Uruguay.
Oh, well, for me, I'm not too surprised. I think as before we started the game, I did say that the Uruguayans will be targeting to finish the game off in the first half, and it looks like we helped them with the miss of the penalty. What I am most worried about is how we play from when we are moving forward during the transitions. We are not able to even string 3-4 passes together, and then we lose the ball. And when we lose the ball, our recovery is so slow such that all the time we are caught on the back foot. I think that there should be some sense of urgency should come when we are transiting, and we need to know how to defend when we lose the ball, which has been our problem throughout this tournament. Anytime we lose the ball, it causes us a goal, and we've not been able to do that very well. I think it's very disappointing that they did miss the penalty. At that point, the whole team started breaking. That you could tell from the mood of the players that everybody was down from that point. But 45 minutes is a long time in football. We've seen goals scored, 2 goals scored in 3 minutes. I think that 45 minutes with the right switch. I don't know what, as a coach at this time, what I'll be telling the players to lift them up, considering what has transpired in the first half. But I'm sure Otoado is up to the task. He should be able to pump some energy in the boys and get them back on the field to score. 45 minutes, I think we still stand a chance of winning, if indeed we really want to win this game.
All right, we are still back in the game, but for me, I'm expecting 3 things in the second half. We take out Andre, we bring in Kawadin Sulemana. They talk some sense into the head of Thomas Partey that, look, you really can't afford to be doing that. Ima, what went wrong for us in the first half?
Now, I highlighted so many things before the game started. And one was Ali Duseidu's positional awareness, which is always poor because he always wants to tuck in, join the 2 center backs, form a 3-back, but that leaves vacuum, a huge space for his marker to operate. And it was evident in the second goal that we conceded. The Arasqueta was totally unmarked. He had no one on him, and then he decided, and then he scored from that range. It was close range, so he couldn't afford to miss. Then again, you talk about our fullback Babaraman, our left back. Babaraman was to be on the offensive always, because if you play Ali Duseidu and Baba Rahman, you try to create something throughout the left-hand side, because Ali Duseidu will always be on the defensive duties. Now Baba Rahman tracking back is really difficult for him. It's been really difficult for him. They are creating the overloads for him on the right-hand side. He can't find the right antidote to Facundo Pellistri, and he's having a better game on the right-hand side. So there are two changes I'm expecting Otuadu to do. First is Baba Rahman. He should take Baba Rahman off, because Gideon Mensah give you the assurance in defense. He defends very well, and even in attack, he does very well. So I'm expecting Baba Rahman to go off. Now the second substitution should be Ali Duseidu. In as much as he's been superb defensively, his position defensively,
because both the first goal and the second goal was some lapses.
There's been some lapses, and we need Tariq Lamptey in this game, because we need to attack the Uruguayans. If you are not going to touch the Dayu because he is the Dayu, I think Ali Duseidu and then Baba Rahman should be off, and then we will have outlet on our wings, because right now we are playing with dead wings. So if you have Gideon Mensah and then Tariq Lamptey, you are sure that your fullbacks will do the overlap, and then have create an outlet for Thomas Partey to do the distribution, because Thomas Partey is struggling, because when he picks up the ball, the options for him is limited.
No, but even him, he has lost.
Yes,
he has lost. So many needless.
He started the game very slow, and he's still yet to get into his groove. But I mean, the options for him when he has the ball is also limited, and it's also affecting him. We just need to find Kudus on the ball more, because the fewer times that we found Kudus, he's been the threat for them, because he's been difficult to dispossess.
So
he's taking on players.
So wouldn't it be better if you bring in another ball carrier in the shape of Sulemana?
I think Andre Ayew is occupying a space that will be useful for Kudus, because Kudus loves to play in the middle of the park. That is where you want to create his magic. So bring on a winger, take off Andre Ayew. It will help Kudus to drift much more central, and then take on the defenders like what he wants to do. In the first half, he showed that. So if Otuadu wants the game, if Otuadu wants to pick a point in this game, 3 changes: Baba Rahman, Ali Duseidu, and then Andre Ayew. Then I think we will be able to get into the game, because the Uruguayans are not playing better. They are not handling the ball well. Their chances that they got, that they scored, were all created by Black Stars, because our defensive organization has been poor. So just 3 changes can change things for us, and then maybe we'll be back in the game. We just need a point to qualify.
Jones. Yeah. What do we need to do?
Yeah, I think, regardless of what we need to do, let's look at the Uruguay point of view. This year, prior to the World Cup, they've played more than 8 matches. They've conceded only 3 goals. And, Iran, I think it was a surprise, but they've also conceded. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, this is a team, they are very good defensively. You saw the substitution that the coach made. He's okay with his 2 goals. If they don't get 2 goals, he's okay. If probably the Black Stars score around the 75th minute and they defend to the end, that is what he would be happy about. Now they are going to sit back. There's going to be a 3-back system. They are going to now have wing backs, and there's going to be a lot of space for Suarez and Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez is going to run now. But then what do we do? For me, as you guys said, we need sharp wingers now onto the pitch. But the problem is Otuadu even going to make that? Is he going to be like, okay, we are panicking? Is he going to think that, okay, this is a team that is panicking, so let's make a change? So for me, I think that even if we are going to see those subs, they might not quickly come in. Maybe after the minute, because trust me, Uruguay are also going to make plans. They know that Black Stars are going to come at them.
Uruguay, they are not playing well.
Yeah,
their priority in the second half will be to defend their goals. But they know how to do that.
But then,
so it's up to the Black Stars to take the game to them, because now you are down by 2 goals.
Exactly.
You need to equalize.
Exactly.
So it's Otuado's decision to take out, make substitutions. I am expecting that he will start the second half with fresh legs.
Yeah.
He shouldn't wait till the 50th minute, the 70th minute to make substitutions. We need it now.
That's what I'm saying. That there are certain players, Ed, to me, I believe that there are certain players that, one, they need to talk to them. That's coming into the second half, they need to bring in a different mentality. One, it's not only the performance. Andre, before the penalty, was not playing anything.
Yeah.
And after the penalty,
he has played nothing.
Completely off.
Yes.
So you take out Andre, Sulemana, to give at least Uruguay other options to pay attention to, aside Kudus Mohammed. You take out Ali Dusebi and Babaraman. Quick.
I think we've also not been fair to people like Daniel Kofichre. Daniel Kofichre is equally good.
I don't think this is too
slow for this game.
What I'm trying to say is that we have people on the bench who can play even with these untouchables we are talking about. Kamal Sowa has also proven to be very, very good with his team. So it is up to the coach now. We have 5 substitutions. We have 45 minutes. It's up to the coach now to be wise, make good decisions, and let's get 2 goals in the next 30 minutes.
I think because we are on the back foot, our best tactic going forward is to play two attackers instead of one. Yeah. That's the thing. And the 2 attackers instead of one, I like I said before the game, I always go for Ebania because he's a much hungrier player. He's clinical in finishing, and he's also very skillful. So he's a player that, if we play him up front, we can get some fouls, we can get some set pieces to be able to work on. Also, the second half, I expect the Uruguayans to intensify. They will intensify their play. You see, the second half, they are not only going to play defense. They'll be playing on the mind of the referee, which is what they started doing after the first goal. Falling down, dropping on the ground, and all those antics. They will play more of that. So how do we counter that? We need to be swift with the ball. If we can, the first 10 minutes or 5 minutes of the second half, Ghana needs to get a goal to change that dynamic of the Uruguayans into playing football where we can actually. But if we don't, they will wear heads down in the first 15 minutes of the second half, and we may not be able to actually get our game in. We need to get them pressed back and then get a goal in the first 15 minutes of the second half.
All right, so let's take a quick break. When we come back, we go straight to the GhanaWeb Stadium for the second 45 minutes.
Now, Susu sang pine, dear one to Nambia, a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on Sam. Pepoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say you're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in Sudia. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 What first transaction? What is Sunday scar coffee? No, dial to lemon and fat.
All right, so 2 changes have been made by Coach Otuado. Andre Ayew and his brother Jordan have been taken out, and they have been replaced by Kamaldeen Sulemana and Osman Bukari. Ghana with the ball, changing position. Baba Abdurrahman, he whipping the ball, and there is Osman Bukari. Oh, Kudus Mohammed needed was a touch, and it would have been a perfect response. Goalkeeper Sergio is down.
Waste time.
And Sergio is wasting all the time. He says Kudus touch him. Osman Bukari, that ball should have been on target, Bukari.
You see, that is where you need
at least you get the ball on target.
That is where you need a left-footed winger. No, right? I know you should have gotten this on target, but then I always insist that if you want the modern football, if you want the teams that come out with 4-3-3 formations, you need a left-footed winger, Rafinha. We need isn't Rafinha? No, this Leeds player that is at Barca now.
Yeah, it's Rafinha.
Rafinha. We need you see Anthony, you see Mason Greenwood, this type of players, Mohamed Salah. If you have a left-footed, and I'm surprised that in the whole of Ghana we don't have a sharp left-footed winger.
We have one on the bench, which is Kamara Soa, and now Uruguay. They lose the ball again in the area. Kudus Mohamed is stolen it. Thomas Partey to Kamara Dean Sulemana. His first attempt in the game. He take it back to Thomas Partey. Partey couldn't control, and now Uruguay recover. We have to build up from the back again. Daniel Amante to Ali Seidu. And Seidu to Inaki Williams. Williams will find Bukari. Ghana still in possession. Miscommunication, but we still have it. Come on, Dean Sulemana. Filling all the half spaces. Come on, Dean.
Regardless of
give
the
the ball
fact
to
we want to score, we
Mohamed
have to be very
Kudus
wary
now.
at the back.
It's the chase of our life. Fakunda, he gets it, whipping the ball, trying to find Luis Suarez. But Suarez is an old man. He still tried to keep the ball in play for Uruguay.
Suarez playing this game was just a tactics, because they knew very well that he would get to us. Again, that's what I was saying. Regardless of the fact that we know we need a goal, we have to be wary at the back. We're going to leave our defenders one-on-one with the attackers of Uruguay. And if we are not careful, if they don't bring their top game, if Salisu and Amante don't show us that they are top players, we would go in for searching for a goal and concede more.
We need to match them, and this is why I like Marcelo Bielsa. One man for one man. This is what we need to do. Ali Seidu did very well to prevent Aristica. Now we are going again. Osman Bukari and Kudus Mohamed. Back to Thomas Partey inside the midfield. There is Babaraman making the runs. And Osman Bukari gets it one-on-one with Vicino. Osman Bukari, he whipping the ball. And there is nobody. Fakunda, he cleared the ball. And it will be an attacking throw-in. The introduction of the two ball carriers have really changed the game for Ghana. Salis Mohamed back to Salis Adams. Salis, beautiful turn in the midfield. It would have been a very dangerous ball for Ghana if he had lost Thomas Partey.
Is Babaraman is not focused.
And Kamara Sulemana give the ball away. And the Ghanaian supporters.
Babaraman is just standing there.
You can see. You see, this is what I say. We are respecting teams too much. We've respected teams too much. Look at how Black Stars play. It is just one ball. We have 11 players. We have players who are playing on the top tier of the league. Of course, we've seen surprises in this tournament. So why?
And there is a loose ball for Ghana. Inaki Williams. Inaki couldn't. And Inaki stole in possession at the edge of the box. Inaki one-on-one. He loses possession again. It goes straight to the waiting arms of goalkeeper Sergio.
So as I was saying, you look at our play now. We are playing very well again. But then we are not even creating enough chances. We don't have a target man, though Inaki is our target man. You can see that he was found on the wings right about now. See, we respected teams too much in this tournament, and it is going against us.
It is going against us. All we need is one goal, and we are backing it. Darwin Nunes. He won the ball very well, Babaraman deflected it out. Uruguayans at Stadium Arjanu are very happy, jubilating as it stands now. They booked their qualification. We need to be careful. The goal scorer is with the ball again. Aristica wearing the number 10 jersey. A perfect example of the Ghanaian saying that 10 jersey. We don't give it to, in quotes, stupid player Ali Seidu. Win a free kick for Ghana.
With the second half, our boys have started well, but it's about the decision in the final third. They are rushing the decisions, and they are ending up giving away the ball in a good areas that could have resulted in a goal. So we just need to improve in the decisions we make in the final third. We are not far from scoring.
We are not far from scoring, and there is Ali Seidu to Osman Bukari. He's pushing the ball with it. Osman loses possession. We are losing the ball very cheaply again. But the two men who were introduced brought a different energy. And yeah, and the person worked. Guillermo couldn't control the ball. Ghana, we get a throw-in advantage. And now we start the transition again with Alidu Seidu at the far right. Alidu rolls the ball back to Daniel Amate. Amate to his defensive partner, Salis Muhammad. Babaraman pick it up. And Salis will take it back. We are being pressed by Darwin Nunes, Daniel Amate. Yes. And there is the Arsenal man, Partey to Alidu Seidu. At this time, we will be needing our laterals to be doing the good crosses. Time to introduce Tariq Lamptey. But yeah, we are still in possession. And we give the ball away again. We win it back. Salis nearly gave the ball away. But we are in it. At the edge, Salis whipping the ball. Nobody there. And Matthias Vicino will clear his line. And the ball hits the hand of Salis Abdul Samit.
You guys, they know this very well. If you want to pass the ball around them, they don't have a problem. If you really want to pass the ball around, send the ball into the cross. Hit shots, you know. If you really want to pass the ball around, as for them, defensively, they have no problem about that. So the Black Stars would have to do more to be able to get some shots on target.
And I'm praying that Otuado won't wait till the 70th minute before he bring on Ali, Tariq Lamptey and the other guys.
Yeah, it's obvious we need a good
Babaraman commits a very needless tackle.
We need
on Guillermo.
We need a fullback in a game, and with how Alidu Seidu has started the second half, I think that the substitution should be Babaraman. He's still off. Yeah. His head is not in the game. Yeah, I don't know why he's still on the pitch, but I'm expecting him to go off next.
Well, I think this is the typical Babaraman that we've seen over the years. He's never been awake in a Black Star game. Yeah. Occasionally he gets crosses in and makes more mistakes than needed. But the second half seems to have started well for the Black Stars. They're attacking the ball more. As you said, the final third is where the decision making is very poor. As I talked about
this is Suarez.
If he is your opponent, they are going to be lying on the pitch, sleeping on the pitch more often. The slightest of contact, you see them. No contact, he goes down. Yeah. That's what he's going to be doing all throughout the second 45 minutes. So we need to move past him constantly, cut the balls from him, make sure that he doesn't have access, because he's the target man. There's a history between us and him. Anytime he goes off, the referee's attention is there. So we need to focus on these things and get the balls out of the way. Move. Also, we need to stop passing the ball backwards needlessly. It's not
free kick for Uruguay.
Really good position for
in a good position, about 5 meters away from the 18-yard box.
Babedi.
There is Freddy Valverde behind the ball. And Dian Ristika. Valverde, he whipping the ball to the far right. Uruguay gets the first touch. Mohamed Salis was there for the second. Can we transit from that?
Okay, offside.
And offside in favor of the Black Stars for Ghana. Otto Addo. He has already announced that he will leave this job after the World Cup, just as Roberto Martinez, his Belgium team, couldn't qualify. And yesterday, he announced that he is leaving.
Yeah, he should leave. Roberto Martinez, he's done enough for them. And I think after Everton, he wasn't too good at Everton, but he used the Belgian national team.
And we go again with Kamadi Suleiman inside the box. There was a challenge on him from goalkeeper Sergio. Uruguayans were hoping for a foul, and goalkeeper Sergio is down again.
Okay, it wasn't
an offside.
It's a good run. Oh, the keeper got the ball. I think it
if
wasn't.
If Kamaldeen had the ball first,
no.
Then it's not a penalty.
He missed the ball.
This is what we were lacking in the first half.
Running in behind
the defense for the
waste all the time.
for the defenders to locate them, and now we have the men in there to do that. I think yes, we are still in the game. We are not far from scoring. We are playing well, but it's down to how Uruguay will defend. They are defending very well, limiting spaces for us to operate. That is why we don't see crosses into the box. That is why we don't get enough space to try something from long range. So I think Uruguay are defending very well, trying to prevent us from having a good sight at goal.
What is this? Daniel Amate, and we are in trouble. Darwin Nunes inside the 18-yard box. And Darwin Nunes, good clearance and good tackle from Daniel Amate. Amate clearly won the ball, and referee Daniel Siebert is not ready. Now, can we turn this into attack? Babaraman, he was giving the ball, he take it back again. Uruguay now pressing Ghana in our own half.
Hey, that's a foul.
VAR review.
And would there be a VAR?
VAR review on the incident.
Yeah.
Can we see it again? Did Amate got the man or the ball? No, Amate didn't get the ball, he got the man.
It could be a penalty.
Amate didn't get the ball, he got the man.
Penalty. Clearly, it should be a penalty.
And this referee is going to review, it will be a clear penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty.
Amate didn't get the ball, he got the man.
This is how far the Lord has brought us.
Yeah.
Amate didn't get the ball, he got the man.
Clear penalty. Clear penalty.
And he take the ball small.
Okay.
Amate tried the ball.
Probably he got the ball.
Let's see.
He got the ball. That was why the ball changed direction. Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't.
He got a slight touch of the ball, but he got the man more.
It should be a penalty for Uruguay, and we will be lucky to escape this decision. We will be very lucky to escape this decision.
And if indeed they get a penalty,
it's game over.
It's going to be more than 40 minutes in our eyes for this game.
It's game over. Yeah, he got the ball, but he got more of the man than the ball.
Daniel Siebert
it's a penalty.
Is now back.
Yeah.
And he said no penalty.
Okay.
He got the ball.
Lucky.
He said no penalty.
He said dive. Otuan was card for a dive. Really? You just escaped.
This is a nervy moment for us.
Very, very nervy.
Daniel Amate is very lucky to have escaped this.
He's been reckless with his tackles in and around the box. He should be careful.
But I think it was on point to have done that, because trust me.
But I think that should have been a penalty for Darwin Nunes. I mean, regardless of what VAR is saying, that looks like a clear penalty for me. You know, and I don't know. I'm now beginning to get confused about what the position, what VAR is about.
Regardless of the fact that it has been in our favor.
I mean, in our favor, it is only in our favor if we use the opportunity. But if we missed it, it's not in our favor.
We are back in the game. We've done 15 minutes of action. And Thomas Partey has been fouled by Frederick Valverde. And Luis Suarez has started his complaining.
He's frustrating. Always getting into the referee's head.
That is his game plan. He's just getting into the referee's head.
Luis Suarez has been booked after a foul was committed on Partey. He challenged the referee's authority, and he has been booked. Any more outbursts from him again, and it might be his end.
You know, I on the flip side, I told someone that, see, if we don't win this game, at least someone must die. if we don't, you know, that was just on the flip side. If at least we don't win this game, you know, something should happen to somebody. And well, we just hope that we get a draw.
Ali Seidu, the deliveries have been poor.
Yes, because
but we are still in possession. Kudus Mohammed, this is not the same Kudus we have been saying. And Kamaldeen Sulemana, Uruguayans, they know what he can do. Samed at the edge of the box, and referee intercepts play. Referee.
And it looks like everything is going against
It looks like
it's not going in our favor.
The odds are against us.
But you see that the Uruguayans are defending. Their defense is very compact.
Yes.
So we need to open.
They really know how to.
The only way you can open them up is to start opening them up from long range.
And Kamaldeen Sulemana, whenever he gets the ball, he's being pressed by two Uruguayans because they know the quality he brings to the table.
A player like Kamaldeen, you don't give him space.
So much room.
If you are defending Kamaldeen one-on-one, you make sure that the space behind you is limited. Yeah. Else he will utilize it because he has space. He can get around you so very quick, and you don't give him space I mean, you don't let him control the ball before you go to him. You should be close to him. By the time he's bringing the ball down, you are on him. That's what they are doing. And I think for 61 minutes, the Uruguayans are defending really well.
I told you that the Uruguayans can defend for 2 days because this is look at Jimenez. Jimenez has played in an Atletico Madrid side who are known for their defending abilities. If Gordon was
Atletico Madrid, they've been conceding goals
but you know what?
It's still 1-1 between Portugal and South Korea. And again, as it stands now, a draw for Ghana takes us to the round of 16. And Guillermo commits a foul on Kamaldeen Sulemana. I think a yellow card for Guillermo will make Sulemana's job a bit easier.
And he's been a thorn in the flesh for him. Yeah, he's very well. He's really good. I mean, we know Kamaldeen's quality, so you don't leave him to give him too much space to operate.
Osman Bukari was put through, but Thomas Partey win the ball back for Ghana. Kudus to Samed. Samed will go wide to Baba Rahman. Baba put the ball in space for Kamaldeen Sulemana. And Guillermo has done some amazing job on Sulemana so far. Yeah. Always pushing him out.
You should be close to him. At the time he's receiving the ball, you
don't give Kamaldeen space. You're whipping the ball straight. And nobody there to connect the ball. That was a very good cross from Kamaldeen Sulemana.
This is what we needed in the first half. Wingers that will give us outlets when we have the ball. If you play without direct wingers, you limit yourself to Kudus and then Inaki Williams. But now the pressure is not on Kudus Mohammed anymore.
You have
Bukari, you have Kamaldeen.
Bukari was late.
This is what we were missing in the first half, and I don't know why Otuadu waited for. I mean, that should have been our.
That's what I was saying, that we respect teams too much.
One more goal, just one goal, and we are in this game.
Yeah, that would be the spark.
And you see, it's easier said than done, right? Yeah. You said one more goal from the first half. Trust me, I told you that this Uruguayans, they defend very well. It is like their job. They've kept clean sheets, a lot of clean sheets this season, this year, the whole of this year. They've kept a lot of clean sheets, and it is up to us. It is up to
Uruguay. We have an attacking corner. They take it at the edge of our box. Frederick Valverde, they put Luis Suarez through. But Daniel Amate did well with his interception. Uruguay, so with the ball, Frederick Valverde was trying to whip it in the ball. Ali Disedu is there. He couldn't keep his head in the game. Darwin Nunes rushed to keep the ball. Frederick Valverde inside the 18-yard box. Luis Suarez, and Uruguay is not there. And Facundo Pallistri nearly killed the game for the 2 times world champions. But the ball couldn't get on target.
Yeah, we got away with one. Good position, but it was very, very unfortunate that the ball went wide. With where he was, yeah. he should have found the target.
At least.
Oh boy. Trouble.
Yes, the coach, so substitution for Uruguay, the coach has realized that the game is getting to what's his name? Suarez himself, and he's not that sharp again. And this is Cavani. Cavani, on any day, any time, he would punish you. He would score a goal. He's good with this flicks, and he comes in. We have
Luis Suarez is done for the day. He has been replaced by Edison Cavani. And Facundo Pellistri has also been taken out. Pellistri has been taken out. And who will be replaced by De La Cruz, Thomas Partey on transition. There is Kamaldeen. And the shape of the Uruguayan defense is a beauty.
Yeah, it's making it difficult for the likes of Kudus Mohammed to find spaces to receive passes from
This
Thomas
is why we need Tariq Lamptey to give them more options. Ali Disedu. I don't know. What Ben Aohe?
I think throughout the tournament, our decision making has been very, very slow. We always make decisions at a time where we can actually get back the game. If you look at the Portuguese game, some of the decisions we made came at the very late of the game. But it looks like this time the coach has responded quite early, but it still needs to be clinical. His response must have that right impact. So far, the 2 changes he's done in the game has had an impact on the game so far.
He should make
another change.
That will keep the pressure, because with Cavani in, the Uruguayans have realized that they are being pressed too much, so they need another player who has speed, who can also press, so that there's a balance in the midfield. But we need to respond by making sure we push them back into their half, and then we can have an opportunity to pin
them into their half.
Inaki Williams is still in again. Ghana, we have an attacking throw-in. And the mood at the bench is not even encouraging.
Yeah, obviously it wouldn't be encouraging because we
Baba Rahman give the ball away again.
Why Baba Rahman is still on the pitch, I don't understand.
I was just having a thought.
He's been poor.
Is it getting to the point? This is 67 minutes. If you guys are following football very long, you will know that they are getting close. Uruguay are doing what they came to do. We've not had a shot on target, even though we are supposed to get a goal, right? And I'm wondering if it is getting to that point where we are going to sacrifice one defensive player for an attacker. Is it going to get to that point? Because we now, there's nothing to lose. It is looking like if we don't get a goal soon, it will be over for us.
Amadine in the 18-yard box. And Raul Jimenez, with the experience he has, was there at the right time to intercept the pass.
Very intelligent play.
Yeah.
Kamadine Sulemana is justifying why he should have started the game.
Yeah, he's justifying why he should have started, but with what Jordan Ayew did against South Korea,
whipping the ball.
Come on.
The ball is so.
We need to be attacking the ball. We need to constantly attack the ball in the set pieces, and that our awareness should be there. We should be always aware of where the position of the ball is and where we are moving the balls to.
Time is not on our side. Time is not our friend. We have 22 more minutes plus added time. Time is not our friend, and Portugal is still 1-1 between Portugal and Korea.
Yeah, the ball is in our court to just equalize the 2 goals and then go past the group stages. But it's a difficult game playing against a well-organized Uruguay side who are leading 2 goals to good. I mean, you can imagine the stress they will put you through with their defensive structure. So we are just hoping that the Black Stars, some way, somehow, can find that goal to start.
Uruguay in our 18-yard box again. They're whipping the ball, but Partey is there to clear that. There's a follow-up and a good save from Lawrence Satisi.
That's Valverde.
The rebound from De La Cruz.
It was Valverde.
Valverde. What's a tender ball from the Real Madrid midfielder? But a good block from Lawrence Satisi.
Yeah, it was a good save because with the position, Amate blocked his view. So with that anticipation, I mean, to dive and then save that ball, he did very well.
You know, sometimes when the ball bounces in front of you, it is very difficult.
It's very tricky. Yes,
but then he did well.
direction.
I think for the second goal, he could have done better. Apart from that, he has not had a bad game. But then when we scored, he could have kept his composure, passing the ball around, and well, 70 minutes gone. 20 minutes from getting
20 minutes to go. Otuado once again. What is that man waiting for? We need more attacking play because at this point you have nothing to lose.
Yeah. Who are you taking off?
You take off Baba Rahman, you take off Ali Disedu.
You see, this half we're winning all the 50-50 balls, but how to then make use of it is also another issue.
Yeah.
And Kudus Mohamed. Kudus
just passed the ball.
It's weaker foot, but there again comes the pressure on you. You see the pressure that comes on you as a player because your abilities. Everyone knows your abilities.
He believed in himself and he thought.
But I think this is one of our best plays in this half because for the first time we tried a shot on goal.
And it was way.
He wasn't far.
He wasn't far, and then it was on his weaker foot too.
He wasn't far from scoring.
But
we need to press.
We need to press, and then we need to try from bank. You see, Partey has a trademark goal he scored twice. We need that kind of play because even a deflection can get you a goal. And the way they are defending compactly.
Antoine Semenyo is being prepared together with Daniel Kofitre.
So Inaki out.
Inaki out, and who else again?
Banya should come on the game.
Inaki Williams has been taken out for Bristol City's Antoine Semenyo. Who will Kofitre replace?
Yes. As I said, it has gotten to that point where we sacrifice a defensive option.
So would Babaraman play?
No,
the thing is, for Babaraman's substitution, I've said it's. I mean, I'm tired of even highlighting on it. But we've switched to a 4-3-3 formation where you have Thomas Partey as the lone midfielder, and then Kudus Mohammed, and then Daniel Kofitre will play as the double 8 in the midfield for Thomas Partey. So let's see how this formation will also work, because we have more of we have players who are good on the ball, who can create from nothing. So I mean, let's see how the formation will work.
Uruguay are now ready to press, but Mohamed Salisu. The ball has been cleared on the feet of Daniel Kofitre.
Don't foul him.
Technical foul. Just distract him.
And then Uruguay still in possession in their own half. Matias Vecino. He goes wide to find goal scorer Aristica. He's being challenged by Alidu Seidu. Alidu won the ball by his back to Freddy Valverde. He takes it back to Raul Jimenez. Jimenez to goalkeeper Sergio. He whipping the ball straight. Daniel Amate was there. They balloon the ball again. And Mohamed Salisu. The ball has been kept in play by De La Cruz. Edison Cavani
lost. He's not aware of what he's doing.
He's not aware.
He's
supposed to have backtracked to pick the ball.
He's just lost. He's not in the game.
Left.
He should be off. Babaraman should be off.
At this point, I think our bosses in Qatar, they have to start packing their bags.
Yeah. Wow. 17 minutes.
But then, all hope is not lost yet. Antoine Semenyo needs to keep his head in the game. What was he waiting for?
I think he was trying to...
You know, these things happen. You get into a game, you get in fresh. So sometimes, to adapt into a game, it takes time. But then, of course, we've also seen brilliant players come in and then do very well.
In the last 3 World Cup, Uruguay progressed from the group 2010, 2014, and 2018. And Ghana, historically, it doesn't fare well on March Day 3 in 2006. We beat the US by 2-1. Stephen Apia Hamini Dramani got the goals, and Clarence Dempsey got the consolation goal for the Americans.
Hey, who's that? Bukari?
And in 2010, Mesut Ozil's goal was the difference between Ghana and Germany on March Day 3. Fatao Dauda and John Boy were the stories on the day as Portugal beats Ghana 2-1 in 2014. And currently, we are losing 2-0 to 2 times world champions Uruguay. But we have 15 more minutes to go. Babaraman to Daniel Kofitre. Antoine Semenyo running in behind the space. Commanding Sulemana. Commanding, he take on the whipping the ball, and there is another good block.
I'm telling you that they are good at this defensive play. It's like a food they eat every day.
But we
have to do more. We have to do more.
I think that chances. With Semenyo, his height, that is an advantage.
We have a corner.
But we need to keep our eye on the defense because it looks like we are all moving forward, and if they break, that's a problem for us.
It doesn't even become a problem if you
have a corner. The corner has been wasted still in the 18-yard box. Mani Bukari to Daniel Amate, and we give the ball away.
How do you give a ball to Daniel Amate?
Daniel Amate in that position.
How do you give a ball to Amate in that position?
Osman Bukari, why would a striker and attacker be in the 18-yard box and
he pass into a defender? A defender in the 18-yard box.
Good defensive work from Seidu. I think I understand why he's still on the pitch.
But Babaraman,
yes, Babaraman should be off by now, and our decision making is it's still lacking.
Thank you. That was a good idea, but you know, it didn't go to good defense.
We're still pushing Baba Man with the ball.
What is happening?
Baba whipping the ball, and it will go to. It's like we are too relaxed.
Yes.
Oh, what is
are
this?
you kidding me? No, I don't. We are too relaxed for a team that is down by 2 goals.
Yeah, I mean, we are not looking sharp enough, and it tells you that the players
have they given up?
Are giving up.
Yes, it looks
gradually.
Like, it looks like they've
40 minutes, and you are playing against a team that is giving you no room to create a good chance. So definitely, we are going to give up.
We are too calm for my liking. The Ghanaians are not playing like a team that is down by 2 goals.
There comes again the saying that, have you prepared for this situation? Have you prepared enough for this situation? You know that, okay, guys, we might get into a situation where we might be 2 goals down and we need 2 goals to play. And we've seen teams score 2 goals in 3 minutes in this tournament. They can also do it.
Even as we've considered twice in 2 minutes before, so it's possible.
It's very possible.
Alidu Seidu
passing the ball
just around the center half of the pitch. Ghanaians are not playing as a team that is down by 2 goals. Kudus Mohammed has been putting through, but we give the ball away. We win it back. Alidu Seidu. The cross has always been poor from him.
Oh God.
Baba Rahman to Kamal Dean, and what a marking from Guillermo. Kamal Dean Sulemana. So Kamal Dean inside the 18-yard box. Kamal Dean. 2 much celebrations.
That is it, man.
He whipping the ball. Osman Bukhari is there. He couldn't. 2 much celebration from Kamal Dean.
I think for this time it worked. It worked.
Yeah, it was the right thing to do.
For this time it worked.
It was the right thing to do, but he lost his footing after that cutback. So I think this is what we needed. A winger that can take on fullbacks, but we didn't have it in the first half, and it cost us.
Baba Rahman at the edge of the box to Thomas Partey. We lose this again, and that's why someone is in the 18th The fans at the stadiums cannot believe their eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Antoine Semenyo at least should have put that ball at the back, at least a shot on target.
Yeah, from that angle, he did that.
He did well.
I mean,
no, it was his weak.
No, the power was too much.
No, he could have done that.
At that angle, that was what he needed to do. But for it's, I think it's the movement. It's
the fans can't believe their eyes.
For me, I think it's how the game is. Because if Ghana were to be leading by 2 goals, he wouldn't have struck the ball.
Yes, he would have.
Yeah, he would have just
Uruguay to make another
a fake shot to take up the defender.
Darwin West, the Aristica have been taken out.
Yes. The pressure is too much for the coach. He needs to bring.
And now, 2 new legs, Gomez
to go here
and Canobio have been introduced in the game. 10 more minutes. And at the Education Stadium, it is 5 minutes, 1-1.
Pick the ball.
Baba Rahman keep the ball in play for Ghana. Portugal are still drawing 1-1. For them, they don't have a problem. You don't want to get on our bad side today. But we survived the scare. 10 more minutes. There is hope. And Kudus, Antoine Semenyo, and with Daniel Kofitre, he go to the right hand side. Alidu, he needs to do better. Alidu saved these crosses.
It is not his fault. He is not that kind of player.
Baba Rahman, we still have it. Kudus, we are definitely going home. see.
Against us.
This ball should have.
Yeah, it should have gone in.
Oh, it was a save from goalkeeper. Corner, Kofi Shaw with the ball.
Get the ball. Don't let it go out.
Wow, what is?
It's the agency.
I think
The agency
for
is
now,
not there.
we can all attest to the fact that Kudus has done everything humanly
yes.
possible
Yes.
to get us back in the game. But it's not just working.
It's just not working.
It's just not working.
You see, even the shot was so high. You could see that the keeper.
It is just not working for us. Sergio. And Ghana, we have an attacking throw-in. Ali Seidu. Another Ivanovic. Long throw inside the box. Ghana get the first one. And Uruguay declare their Daniel Koficha with it. Come on, Dean Sulemana. At the edge of the box, come on, Dean. Kudus Mohammed inside. Kudus whipping the ball. It hit the arm of Canobio. And Ghana win an attacking throw-in. Kudus take it back to Daniel Koficha. To Daniel Omate. Very nervy moment. Koficha whipping the ball, trying to find Bukari. And this is a no-no. It goes straight to goalkeeper Sergio.
When you become desperate, this is what happens when you become desperate. It is so sad. It is so sad that Uruguay
They've destroyed our Friday.
Looks like an Ayu.
yeah. Wow. You know, on the funny side, it's when it comes to the ministries, because of the World Cup, things have not been very so. As some of us have been hoping that it won't, and now it looks like our boss
I'm just
are coming
sad
back.
for Kudus Mohammed. With the tournament he's had.
Yeah.
He should be playing. He should be playing in the
And then before this game, we said that Uruguay they didn't deserve to be in because of
how they played.
I don't understand what you're saying because the best of the best, Germany.
Because they didn't qualify because Germany for what they showed us didn't deserve to progress.
You see, there are some teams that are tournament teams. There are some teams when they come to tournaments they perform.
Don't foul him, man.
With experience, they know how to play these tournaments. Our team, we've been struggling to even win an AFCON for how many years? 30 plus 40 years. So you don't expect a lot more from this guy.
1982 to 2022. That's 40 years.
If you look at, I think we've done much better in the second half than we did in the first.
With the introduction of the ball carriers.
Yes. Now the question is, what did the coach know about his players before he made the first 11 selection? Because we still have Baba Rahman in the game, and I for one don't understand why he's still in the game, because I feel he slows the whole.
Kudus Mohammed on the offensive, he loses the ball, and now Matias Vecino is coming, and Ghana win it back smartly again. Kudus with it at the center of it all. We are not playing as a team that is down by 2 goals.
No. I think you've not prepared a team.
And South Korea
are in the lead.
South Korea are in the lead.
Yes. We will go home with you.
We will go home together.
South Korea are in the lead. South Korea are in the lead. South Korea, but let's wait.
Ghanaians will rejoice.
There's a bit of VAR check.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
South Korea are in the lead. As it stands now, we need 3 goals to qualify.
Oh, come on. That's a foul.
South Korea are in the lead.
Yes.
You go home. And the
realized,
goal will stand.
You just realized South Korea is
And the goal will stand.
How good this will be.
And the Koreans, I'm checking the table.
And the Koreans are back to second.
This is Suarez crying.
Koreans are back in it, baby.
What a tournament.
Now they need 1 more goal.
Don't forget that game is 90th. In the 90th minute plus additional time.
No, Uruguay needs a goal.
Now Uruguay need a goal.
Now we have to do the job for South Korea.
Now we have to do the job for South Korea.
We shouldn't concede or we should score.
When we score,
it means they should.
And Uruguay, they come again. Matias Vecino, he give the ball away, and now come on, Dean Suleiman on the offensive side.
Really?
Release the ball. Come on, Dean. It's going 1 on 3. Come on, Dean Suleiman, you will be foul. Release the ball.
Oh my goodness.
We need the goal. We don't need the game.
First.
So even if we play a draw now, we are going home.
We are going home.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man for 20 cedis to South Korea. So.
You go.
I guess somehow I knew.
I do the wrong thing.
But I said that South Korea was going to.
Now Ghana is going to cost
Sebastian Curtis.
Cost me really hard.
Ghana not only giving us emotional shock in terms of investment.
You know, I actually went for Ghana
our best player.
And
yeah, he's been the best player.
And the Uruguayans,
they are crying.
They are leading, but they are already crying.
Yes.
Now they are crying more than us.
Yes.
How
now,
this
the World Cup has been interesting.
Portugal, they've shown Uruguay what Spain did to Germany yesterday. And can this ball go at the back of the net? Daniel Kofitre, he whipping the ball straight.
Go! Side netting. Now instead of wasting time, the Uruguayans will know that they have a lot of things.
They need to spend more time.
This is how far. This is how.
Now what is going on at the Education City Stadium is more important than what's happening.
He's crying.
Luis Suarez and Yanu Kofi.
They really don't deserve to qualify.
No.
It will be disappointing to see them go through.
I wish this story had actually.
May God bless Portugal, and Ghana is going again. Kudus Muhammad, Osman Bukhari,
really
to Thomas Partey.
The way we
and there is Babara Man.
So it's
Babara Man there.
What is going on?
And now Uruguay the attack. Uruguay they score a goal and they are through. Uruguay
10 minutes to add to this.
They outnumber the Ghanaians at the back. Freddy Valverde has been given the space. He go to. And Uruguay they're whipping the ball. And
what is
Ziggy.
What did I say? He's offside. I think he's offside. Okay.
What I say?
It's offside. It's offside.
But I mean, it was a
fantastic
save. It was a brilliant save.
For the
Koreans. By now, Atizigi see Yenya Kofi. Yenya Kofi Achina. Yenya Kofi.
It was offside, yeah.
Slides offside. Imagine now.
And crying fire. Atizigi save.
It was a good save. A Digia-like save. Trust me.
Manono ya.
Obemi ni na be Kofi.
Reflexes the Digia.
No.
Reflexes.
Then the coin now.
Yeah.
Atizigi.
Hey.
Atizigi is down after making a brilliant save to make sure that both Ghana and Uruguay will be on the next available flight to Africa and South America tomorrow morning. Now, in the other game,
now
6 minutes of added time.
Korea are now on their knees begging.
6 minutes of added time.
Don't concede.
And then they played 3 out of the 6 at the Education City Stadium where we beat the Koreans.
Yeah.
May God bless Portugal and make Cristiano Ronaldo strong.
If you look at the group very well, the teams that deserve to qualify was between Portugal, Ghana, and then South Korea. Yeah. Uruguay, they've not been better, they've been worse, and you expect to win the last game and then qualify. That would have been unfair. And I think this tournament, it has been fair to the teams who really deserved the qualification.
Uruguay, their fans are on their phone as if they are betting.
They're going to add 10 minutes to this thing.
Yeah.
And we could do a comeback.
We could score.
8 minutes.
We will do 8 minutes of added time at the Al Janum Stadium.
Now you see, so I was saying,
and I keep you updated on what's going on at Yuma. I'm giving you that job. Continue giving us the updates from the Education City Stadium. 4 minutes have been played out of the 6. Now, Ghana, as it stands now, 8 minutes of added time. It doesn't really look like we can score 3 goals, but 1 goal, and we spoil the party.
Oh, God.
Now, Portugal. That's Uruguay coming up again. Edison Cavani.
Ghana should
goes face to face, whipping the ball. And there is Mohamed Salisu there. The ball is still in the 18-yard box for Ghana. Uruguay winning. But Salisu cleared the ball.
Oh, that's a foul.
And now it is all done at the Education City Stadium. Now the Koreans are waiting for what will happen here. 1 more goal from either side and it will change the destinies of the South Koreans.
Now they are in a hurry.
But
They are
this
going
is
to
a
use-
time that Ghana can capitalize on the mental state of the Uruguayan players. And then hit
Uruguay,
hit a
Freddie
goal.
Valverde, he whipping the ball, trying to find Cavani. Cavani send the ball back in, but Daniel Amante is there. Kudus, and we are going. Can we get at least one goal? Osman Bukari, 1-on-1. Osman Bukari, there is Antoine Semenyo in the 18-yard box. The Ghanaians are coming. Kudus Mohamed, Antoine Semenyo.
Jesus! It's even offside.
It's even offside already.
I think the pass was
Oh, he's been okay.
Okay,
He's been winning.
No, I
he's
think
been
I
winning
think
duels.
winning Brazil. Yeah, yeah,
I think
no,
no.
you
You even with Inaki.
Now let's go. Freddie Valverde.
We should make
And he
sure
put
we are
two
going
Cavani.
Oh, I didn't say
No, it's a foul for him.
We should make sure we are going home with them.
Oh, I didn't say we don't do that.
VAR.
No.
He's consulting VAR.
Never, ever.
Hey.
Never, ever.
Ali, you say the man go for win your penalty.
Even
Oh, nah.
it's
Nah.
a tie affair. I don't
Actually,
think
it could be a penalty.
It could
be a
be.
penalty,
It
yes.
could be.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
it
This is an
No, we've
entanglement.
seen penalties like this
Even by
Yeah,
the
it
in the
could
penalty.
EPL where a player actually just crossed the player, it
Yeah,
becomes
it
a
could
penalty.
be. It
So
could
this
be a
could be a
penalty.
penalty.
It could be.
If
No.
This is never a penalty.
No.
This is
We
never-
are,
He stopped the game.
What?
Yeah. Throw in.
no, we are not even going to review the game. 3 minutes out of the 5 is already gone. Luis Suarez, today we will cry together. Suarez, today we will cry together.
But then I feel that if we had been in this position from around 60th minute,
Yes.
it would have been a good chance for the
the-
Black
the-
Stars,
the-
a good space.
The South Korea goal came very late.
Yeah.
The ball is still in our area. Uruguay, and then the attempt Atizigi lie down. We don't like that.
At least we should get a goal, you know. At least,
we need to get
We
a
need
goal.
to get a
This
goal.
is a good chance to
Look,
market
it's
yourself.
even an opportunity. If the Ghanaians are mentally tough, it's an opportunity to hit hard at the Uruguayans. Because once their players are all standing on the touchline, that is pressure on the team that is standing there. So if we're able to hit one goal past them, oh, we can score the second
Daniel
goal.
Kofi Tre going. He's being pressed by 2 Uruguayans. Kofi Tre go past them with ease. Daniel Kofi Tre is still with the ball.
Babaraman.
Satu. What? But Babaraman keeps the ball in play. He whipping it straight. And there Kudus Mohamed.
I told you that these people defend for a
Pate, this is your goal.
Oh, me say Antoine Semenyo. I didn't remember it. Antoine Semenyo.
But Pate should be able to shoot from
You
there.
see, I told you that these people defend for a
And Uruguay are going. Uruguay. They score a goal and they are through. They whipping the ball. And then you say from Ziggy. Until he the goal starts scoring.
What is it?
The goal starts spoken to Lawrence
Pate
Atizigi.
should have shot that ball. He should have tried
Yeah.
that.
And Uruguay, they come again.
Yeah, because he has a
And
very
Ali
good left
Diseidu
foot.
is there. Ali Diseidu. He did very well. Freddie Valverde. Money ye yina beba see. More.
What a shot and a save. What a save for South Korea.
What a save for South Korea done by Lawrence Suarez
We will
today.
cry together.
We all will cry
We will cry
together.
together. Yes.
What a moment for Ghanaians.
Passes.
We all will come home.
Oh, yes.
No to ado no.
Yes.
Ye wi ebe kan wa
Eh,
say.
we-
WhatsApp ah, the money more for. Hey Andre.
Yeah.
Uruguay, they are crying, and Kudus, time for even us to get a goal.
We
Yeah,
need
we
to
can.
get a goal.
We need to get a goal, and now come on, this Sulemana.
Oh!
What a day goalkeeper Sergio is having,
I think that was not the right option. You have two players on the line.
and we are still going again.
Let's go.
Forward, Kudus.
Let's go.
Kudus
Let's
has
go
given up
forward.
hope. Kudus has given up.
Kudus
hope.
is tired.
Yes.
I
He's not
think-
even tired.
He
I think
has
he's tired.
given up.
He's given up. It is not about his.
Somebody
tiredness
should
here.
tell the players that when we score, we are all going home. They should do that. Timely intervention from Salisu Mohammed.
Look at Kudus.
Our players are very dejected.
Hey, man. We dare not concede.
We dare not concede. Uruguay, they come again inside Cavani in the 18-yard box.
Goal kick.
And goal kick against Quartes. Uruguay fans, now it seems the Ghanaians at the stadium, they are a bit comfortable.
They are happy because
at least
you are going home with your enemy. So you should be happy.
What's going on social media? I really want to know that.
Let me run through social media.
As it stands now, both Ghana and Uruguay will be on the next available flight. And they will come back.
I think we'll pick the same plane.
God of Ghana. 1 more minute.
God of Korea. God of Korea.
1 more minute. What is Atizigi waiting for?
I think there's a change going on there.
Oh, Fatao Isahaku. And Kudus Mohammed is done. It is just for us to waste time so that we go home.
I think it is also, it will be in a good CV that he made an appearance at the World Cup. So Fatao it's also good for him. Give him some minutes and then, yeah. Now we waste the time. Yes, we waste the time.
To want to make more changes. Make more changes.
I think we are done with our changes. So 5 subs. So
30 seconds more. Let's begin the counting. We'll be going home with Uruguay. Umaunia and Chadua, Chadnai. And they may feel it. Ready.
Out.
Last attack for Uruguay.
Keepers.
And then Atizigi is there to claim the ball. Today may feel you fucking. Fatari Saku gets his first touch. He wins Ghana. A throw in.
It should be all over.
Saku is in a hurry to take the ball to where?
Maybe we can score.
Bukari. And we win a corner.
Last ball. Goal kick.
Goal kick rather. Let's begin the counting.
You know, again.
Let's begin the counting here, gentlemen. Let's begin the counting. Last attack in the game. And last free kick for you.
How can you do that? Attack that.
Yeah, if they score from this free kick, Korea are done.
Just sorry to say,
we can't score from this kick.
We can't concede. We should be going home with them.
I mean, if we are unable to.
We should drag them along.
They have good free kick takers.
We should drag them along and then go home with them.
You know, again.
Now our last bets will be on the indomitable Lions of Cameroon.
Wow.
They beat Brazil, and then if the other game ends in a draw, they will have a chance. But
if they score this time,
yeah,
it will be an impressive jubilation.
For
you
guys. Oh yes.
Last free kick. It will be taken by the man who was introduced.
De La Cruz.
Is this guy? Is he?
And De La Cruz.
Atizigi
is there. Ziggy. We are all coming home. We are coming home.
Yes, you know.
We are coming home.
The revenge was taken in another.
We are coming home.
Any challenger.
We are coming home. Oh, we are coming home. We are coming home. Yes, Ghana and Uruguay.
Ghanaians are even jubilating.
Uruguay, and then they are fighting like they always do. Uruguay, why are they attacking the referee?
I think this.
It pays. P double T.
Put that on me. This is a typical example of pains. P-E-double-E-T-T. Pains.
Oh my goodness. Again.
What's going on social media?
On social media, I think Ghanaians will jubilate because of what has happened. And at Frank Dakwa, he says, Otoado, what is that substitution for? Just want Abdul Fattah Ishaku to have a feel of the World Cup. Okay. Jesse says, you can't rob us of this beautiful football from Kudus and Kamal by playing the Ayew brothers and expect to qualify. So he is pissed that the Ayew brothers were handed a start ahead of Kamaldeen and then Kudus Mohammed or Osman. So we are still I'm still gathering some, and
okay. So okay.
Pablo cried today on set. Sawami here says this is actually very sad.
Patrick is crying.
Why did he cry?
Patrick is crying.
Because of
when a dream is the penalty.
The penalty miss.
Alright, so we come back to Emmanuel Ima and then to the studio for full-time analysis. Also, we will be speaking to our boss, Perez Ezwakwa, Daniel Ojo, the Janum Stadium, and all the way from the United States. We will be speaking to former Ghana Free Boss Chairman, Kojo Chumbuafu. Stay with us, we'll be back after the break.
Now, Susu sang quite dear one to Nambia, a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on Sam. Pepoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in Sudia. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 What first transaction? What is Sunday star coffee? No, dial to Lemon and Finance.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The Reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
The World Cup promises to be exciting, and there's no better place to catch the thrills and fun than Ghana's leading online platform, GhanaWeb.
From training ground reports, camp news, pre- and post-match analysis, and other human interest stories from the Mondial, GhanaWeb got you covered with expert views from journalists, current and retired footballers, and of course, our cherished readers and viewers.
Catch all the action on GhanaWeb and GhanaWeb TV.
Now, Susu sang quite dear one to Nambia, a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on Sam. me boga. Send me sika from Lemonade Finance and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted. Instant charges. Exchange waiting in Sudia. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no. Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 What first transaction? What is send this car coffee? Dialogue to Lemon and Finance.
The World Cup promises to be exciting, and there's no better place to catch the thrills and fun than Ghana's leading online platform, GhanaWeb.
From training ground reports, camp news, pre- and post-match analysis, and other human interest stories from the Mondial, GhanaWeb got you covered with expert views from journalists, current and retired footballers, and of course, our cherished readers and viewers.
Catch all the action on GhanaWeb and GhanaWeb TV.
Welcome back from the break. It's a sad moment for most Ghanaians, as I stated in my introduction, that the first one happened on Friday, July 2nd, 2010. I was a 13-year-old boy watching in our home in Southport. 12 years later, I was hoping that something could change. In 2010, we missed the penalty. Today, we had the same opportunity, and then we missed. But what has happened today that is unique from what happened in 2010 was that we lost. But we and Uruguay are going to be on the next available flight tomorrow morning to our respective country. South Korea beat Portugal 2-1 to snatch the second point from the jaws of Uruguay. We are going to do the post-match analysis, but let's go straight to the United States of America, where we have the former CEO of Ghana Free Zones, Mr. Kojo Chumbuafo. Mr. Chum, if you can hear me, I know it's not a pleasant evening for you. What's your initial reaction to this defeat?
My initial reaction to today's defeat is that this time it was on our foot. The penalty miss was inexcusable. Before Andrea Yu took the penalty, you could see he was breathing heavily. You could see he was very nervous. After the referee whistled, it took him a while to go and kick the ball. And if he didn't have the mental fortitude to do it, why didn't he let Jordan Ayew take that penalty? Because Jordan Ayew is the best penalty taker in that team by a countryman. But you see, it brings to the fore, I don't know how long we have, but it brings to the fore certain things that must be discussed concerning the national team. Many Ghanaians have been of the opinion that Andrea Ayew, after 111, 112 caps, should be an impact substitute. Why does he keep starting? After they messed up the first half, then the coach realized that he had the likes of Kamaldeen Sulemana, he had the likes of Kofi Tre, he had the likes of
Daniel Kofi Tre and Semenyo.
Osman Bukari to come into the match. He had more on the bench, like Kamal Sowa. You have a guy who plays for Club Brugge, who are in the knockout phase of the Champions League. He scored 3 goals in the knockout phase, in the group phase. Why wouldn't you play him?
He never kicked the ball for us.
Why wouldn't you play him? I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm asking myself, I'm telling myself that, hey, we lost this match from the bench, just like we lost the first match from the bench. Indeed, I think we were lucky in the South Korea match. We would have lost that one too from the bench as well. You had Elisha Owusu in there. I mean, against the Switzerland match, we saw what he could do. What exactly was he doing? You know, some of our senior players really let us down. Thomas Partey should also look at himself in the mirror, because throughout these 3 matches, he has been woeful. Absolutely woeful. So woeful that he was asked about it in the press conference, and he said he's doing what the coach tells him to do. What exactly is the coach telling you to do? Why wouldn't he take some responsibility? But I'm sure that we will get the fallout of this for this. You see, and when you say somebody tell you, oh, you don't like the youths, I grew up with Abedi. I grew up watching him. Every Ghanaian idolizes Abedi. So what problem do we have with his sons? And when we talk about it, they said, hey, you don't like this person, you don't like that person. The 2 players who could have made a difference to this match, we left them at home, Jeffrey Schlupp and Joe Pencil. If you recall, and if Edward is in the studio, you can ask him how many times I spoke with him and my brother Ezra.
Yeah,
I spoke with him and asked them, why aren't you in the press asking real questions to the coach about Joe Pencil and Jeffrey Schlupp? Jeffrey Schlupp has played 258 times in the Premier League. He has even won the Premier League with Leicester City. What business did we have leaving him at home for a 2nd division player? What business did we have leaving Joe Pencil, who has scored, I believe,
6 goals,
5 goals and 3 assists? What business did we have leaving him at home? This is the time, this match, when we were 2-0 down in the first half, we needed creativity. Now is the time we needed Joe Pencil. So, I mean, it's on us. It's on us. I mean, we've you know, lost ignominiously from a winning position. We've lost, and so let's just come back home. There isn't much to say.
Mr. Wafo, we are picking some reactions on social media, and people are saying that they don't understand why Ghanaians seem disappointed about this result, because before the start of the tournament, we all said that they were not going to qualify, especially after the final squad came out, and then our most informed player, Joseph Pinto, who had goals and assists, had about 10 goals in the ongoing Belgian league, was left out. Ghanaians virtually said that we are not going to qualify. So if we are out, why are we complaining?
But the press, the sporting press, failed to ask the coach properly why he left those 2 players. When he gave that excuse at his announcement, nobody asked him any follow-up questions.
They didn't give the press opportunity.
Was that the 2 players know why he left them behind. If they know why aren't he telling us? He told us that it's like a conversation between he and his wife. And none of the press assembled asked him any further questions. Nobody pushed him. Even Ahmed Salis, Samed Ahmed Salis, he nearly didn't take it. We all know that. So let's ask the questions. Now that they've lost, let's do another postmortem. It's not okay for senior pressmen who have been in this game for all this time to be seen crying on Instagram. Now it's not the time to cry. Now is the time to ask questions. Look, I was in the stadium when Asamoah missed that penalty. For 4 years, I couldn't watch football. For a long time, I couldn't even speak because it was on our foot. And we've done it again. We have done it again. So this one now, who caused them? Look, the referee should have given Uruguay a penalty. Given the standards for which he gave us a penalty, he should have given Uruguay a penalty. Maybe not even only once. So maybe that referee has a few Ghanaian girlfriends in Germany there, who knows? But He should have given Uruguay a penalty. He didn't get that. So in a way, there's poetic justice all around. Maybe we'll get to make the changes to the national team that we need to make. Those Methuselahs in the team, we will get them out and give the boys a fresh start. And then we've managed to send Uruguay home too. So let's just enjoy the rest of the World Cup. I want to congratulate Morocco and Senegal. They keep flying the flag, and we'll see what happens next. But the powers that be in the FA should learn to listen, because it's not everybody who is after anything they have or anything they want, right? They should learn to listen.
Mr. Chum, let me ask you this.
And they should apologize to Ghanaians for leaving Jeffrey Schlupp and Joe Pencil behind. That's all I want to say. They should apologize to Ghanaians for leaving Jeffrey Schlupp and Joe Pencil behind, because it was a conspiracy to leave them behind. And some of us warned about it.
As for the apology, I'm not really sure it will come, because we got our worst results in the AFCON after not being able to win a single game, and the GFA president clearly stated that he's not going to
demand one. I'm not a press man. I'm just a lowly supporter. I just talk about what I see. I'm a retired politician who just watches football for sport. But you in the press should ask them to apologize to Ghanaians, because the Black Stars belongs to Ghana. If Joe Pencil and Jeffrey Schlupp were in this tournament, we wouldn't have conceded 7 goals in 3 matches. That's all I want to say. We wouldn't have conceded that many goals. And incidentally, we all admit that not even one of the goals was the goalkeeper's fault. Not even one. That is a stunning statistic over there. Not even one of the goals we considered was the goalkeeper's fault. Not even one. Look, 4. Hello.
Mr. Chum, let me end with you with a lot of people.
Of the 7 goals we considered, 5 of them came from the left side of the defense. At least 4 of them came from Jordan Ayew being dispossessed. Right?
All right,
let's just look at the stats.
All right, I want to ask you this, and then we end.
Ask ourselves. Right now, the wounds are raw, and so we will take it from there. We all love our country. When we make observations and we talk, they say, "Why have you spoken?" Some of the people, even if you send them text messages, they won't mind you. So when they come to Ghana and Ghanaians start insulting them, they shouldn't start looking for anybody who can say anything for them. That's all I will say.
Okay, now, before I end with you, you earlier mentioned that some Methuselahs in the team will have to leave for us to build. Since, I don't know, every time we go to a competition and we fail, you hear the word, let's come and rebuild. We don't do it. Which players...
No, we don't need to rebuild. We don't need a rebuild. We need to remove Andre Ayew from the team.
Only Andre Ayew?
Maybe Jordan, maybe even Thomas Partey. I don't know. But we need an assessment. Look, Andre Ayew has had 112 caps for the national team.
This was his 113th.
His own personal records. Right? This team is not about his own personal records. Certain people must be flashed over so that the younger ones can come in and play. The Kamal D. Sulemanes, the Kamal Sowers, the Elisha Wusus, the what have you, must come in and play. Throughout this whole tournament, the Ayew has been a passenger. He slows us down in transition. He just runs around. But for the goal he scored, which many others could have scored, he was just a passenger. And we all know it. And yet, the coach kept starting him. Even when he was replaced in the first match, he got upset. So what is it exactly that's going on in that camp? They should come back and tell us. But once again, every time we go on a tournament, there's disaster, we come back But this particular match, it was on our foot. Imagine if we had gone up 1-0 in the 16th or the 19th minute. I didn't even tell. If we had gone up that 1-0, the results of this match would have been different.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chumbuafo. I know that when we sit down from next week,
please tell Ezra, Joel, all of you, and your guy, all of you, you should ask the FA the hard questions. Ask them the hard questions, not just they say something and then and by the FA, let me be clear, not all members of the FA EXCO are even on the FA management team. So ask those who are directly responsible for selecting the players and the coach what exactly went wrong, and ask them 2 specific questions. They should tell us why they left Joe Pencil and Joseph and Jeffrey Sloop behind. They should tell us the reason. Some of us know the reason, but they should tell Ghanaians. Because it has nothing to do with football.
We are definitely going to do that.
Sorry?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chum. Hope that
Thank you too.
From next week, when we sit down to analyze our journey to Qatar proper, we'll have more insight from you. That was the former CEO of Ghana Free Zones, Mr. Kojo Chumbafu, Ed Ima, and then Jones. We are back in the studio. We are hoping to also get some reaction from Perez and then Daniel Odro in Qatar. Let me start with you, Ed.
On social media.
Yes, on social media, what are people saying? On
social media, Luis Suarez is trending #1. And it seems people are happy that Luis Suarez is crying. He's caught on camera crying. So let me read 1 or 2 tweets about Luis Suarez. So we move on. Quick. And okay, non-Uruguay fans in the Al Janoub Stadium celebrate Suarez' reaction to Korea's 2-1 lead versus Portugal. So Suarez was put on the scoreboard and he was crying, and Ghanaians at the stadium were very, very, very happy. Okay, so seems Suarez crying is more victory to Ghanaians than Ghana not qualifying. That's Anthony Zamefe. That's his tweet over there. And at Football Joe says Ghana fans can take some comfort in the fact Luis Suarez is going out with them. So it seems Ghanaians are really, really happy. Luis Suarez cries as Ghana finally gets their revenge against Uruguay as they both failed to qualify to the round of 16 of the World Cup 2022 World Cup. Okay, Ghana go home. Ghana home is a small price to pay to watch this man suffer. Ghana Suarez hold that L. That's referee gelatin. So I think Ghanaians are happy that Luis Suarez is crying, but I mean, we had a chance, we had the opportunity to qualify. We didn't take it. We should be more concerned about not progressing, not beating Uruguay. The celebration would have been better if we were the ones who sent them home. Now, South Korea sent them home because they managed to beat Portugal. So I think, yes, it's good to see him cry. For some Ghanaians and Africans, they are happy. But I think there are critical issues with our team that we need to concentrate on. Where do we go from here? We had good performances in the 3 games we played, but there are so much lapses in the team that we need to focus on. It's good Otuado announced that he's not going to continue with the team after the World Cup. Now we can hand the team over to a permanent coach who can do things right for the Black Stars. But I think it wasn't that bad of a performance from the team. There's that conceding 7 goals in 3 games was my concern generally. But I know going forward, the team will be ready for the AFCON in 2024.
The team will be ready but let me read some 2 messages that has caught my eye here. Ghana has lost. This one is from Bevlin. Ghana has lost. We are going back to frustrate our government. He added with laughing emojis. This one is from Hustle Gang. Hey, Charlie, Nanado, I fear for you because the way Ghanaians go move to you, now the only cover you had is off. So we are coming. Suarez cry overproduced tears a lot on the GhanaWeb stream. The The country hard, so they winning will make IMF even grant us loan. I'm not sure that is even part of the considerations. Ed, what went wrong for us?
Everything went wrong for us. I mean, let's take it from where Kojo Chungwafo left off. Yeah. From pre-tournament preparations, selection, everything. There are many questions we've asked of our team, the FA, the ministry. We've had some of them we've not had answers. Some of them we've had plain insults as returns from that. But moving forward, yes, we got to the tournament, and you can tell that tactically we didn't have a bench that was thinking. So at times I'm wondering why we took all those coaches, and then if they couldn't impact in real time what was happening in the game. Then we come to the issues about Dede. I mean, everybody knows that Dede is tired. I mean, considering his age. Yeah. But nonetheless, we love him. That is not to say because of one penalty we don't love. I think Dede has scored over 20 penalties straight. Yeah,
25 straight penalties.
25 straight penalties before missing his first one. And we've seen the GOAT himself, Lionel Messi, miss two, not one. Yeah. Two penalty
in this World Cup.
In this particular World Cup. So I don't think
one. He scored the first one against.
Yeah. He scored one and missed the second one.
He missed the second one.
But he's the only player that has missed two penalties.
Yeah, in the World Cup.
In the World Cup.
Okay, not this time.
Not just
so
in this year.
I don't think that missing the penalty is so strange, because I think by now we should be used to that. Asamoah missed the penalty, and we know the cause of it, and we know how our players. It cost us a win. Did this penalty cost us a win? Penalties is either you miss or you score.
But at least Messi.
If you recall, I did say that with this penalty, if we miss a penalty against Uruguay again. Before I would even end my sentence,
it happened.
We had missed the penalty. And then I talked about the fact that the Uruguayans would try and kill the game in the first half. And tactically in the first half, we were completely bankrupt, because you don't go into a game like this
to defend
on the back foot. You don't do that. These guys are Southern Americans. Everybody knows how they play. So our coach got his selection wrong. He got his tactics in the first half of the game wrong. Second half, he waited up to the 70th minute to make the changes.
More changes.
And you see that there are certain things about life that you have to always be sure about. There are some decisions you have to make them at the right time. If you don't make them at the right time, albeit being good decisions, if you make them at the wrong time, you get negative returns. And we've seen that in the tournament. In all the 3 games we have played, we have made decisions that have brought us negative returns. Baba Rahman, nobody in Ghana here didn't speak against the inclusion of Baba Rahman in the team. Everybody spoke against that. Yeah. Baba Rahman was sent to the World Cup.
He played 90 minutes in this game.
Everybody, every sports pundit I have listened to, I have interacted with, has spoken against Dede and Jordan playing together in a game because of the way they tend to play. We have players on the bench like Barnier, we have players like Semenyo, we have players Kamal Dean. Why don't we just play those players? You see, there are a lot of whys with very little answers to. But I think one thing that I find disappointing in all this is how we are reacting to this. And it is the same way we react to everything in this country. That is why we lack development since independence. We always pick somebody's shortfall as comfort.
Yeah.
And that is our problem. Because the moment you begin to take comfort in somebody's defeat, you forget that yourself, you have been defeated. How can you be happy that Suarez is crying when he actually beat you 2-0 in the tournament? How can you be happy that he didn't qualify when he also didn't qualify? Did we go to the tournament to play 3 games and come back, or we went to the tournament to qualify and go to the next?
Our target was semi-final with 4 points.
What is the objective?
$14.1 million.
What is the objective of us going to a tournament? Is it to look in our group? I think, looking at the kind of nation we are, it should have been Ghana and Portugal qualifying. Yeah. But here we are. We are happy about Suarez. This guy is retiring from football. And we have young boys like Kamal Dean who are going to be sitting with this thing in their minds. we expect them to play AFCON for us, and we are sitting here celebrating that Suarez is crying. And then what? How does that impact our football? We should be asking the hard questions. I've heard people are sitting on TV, senior journalists crying. That is rubbish. Crying on TV because somebody missed a penalty. The same people were in this country when they spoke about Jeffrey Schropp and then the coach went to say that the discussion he's had with the players is like somebody and the wife having an interaction. Meanwhile, the coach forgot that my wife is not paid with the taxpayers' money. He forgot that I don't account to the people of the Republic of Ghana. He forgot that the wife that I have married to, it is my personal wife. It is not the Republic's wife. He is sitting on a national team's coaching seat. And he's able to open his mouth and say this rubbish. And senior journalists, the ones sitting on TV crying, don't have problems with that, but they are crying. What kind of hypocrisy is that? We need to begin to sit down and understand that as a nation, we need to be able to speak the hardest truth to ourselves first before we go out there and deceive the world that we are a nation of serious people. We are not serious if we are jubilating on Twitter that Suarez is going home. And then what? Where are we going? Where are we going?
We are also coming home.
And you see, I think that one thing we lose out most, it is our development in football. And you see, if you look at our team, how many technically gifted players can you count in our team?
Oh, we have plenty.
We have them, but they didn't start the games.
Question, I'm coming. How many of them?
Are you talking about the starting 11s we'll be using?
Yes, starting 11.
As for the starting 11,
it's not about those sitting at the back.
As for the starting 11, okay, for today's game, technically gifted will only be close.
Inaki is one, but he wasn't even trained here.
Yeah.
So we have a problem with how we develop football.
But we can talk about Kudus.
Yeah. We can talk about Kudus.
Kudus was trained here. He's been through the ranks at the
Kudus doesn't play. I will repeat what Alhaji Gulsa said. He doesn't play all the 11 positions in the game.
But at least we can boast of one player.
One player,
and even
it's not enough.
Now we come to Isahaku. Kamadin.
But Isahaku came in the whole tournament. He has played less than 5 minutes.
No, we are talking about players who were.
My point is that.
Okay, so I want you to end for me so that
we need to focus on developing football. Yeah. And celebrating over Suarez crying is not developing Ghana football. If Suarez is even sitting on the line on the page, his tears is watching the whole page. It doesn't in any way profit Ghana football. We need to be taking hard decisions.
Jones, I'll bring you again, but we are far out of time. Sum everything up for me in like a minute.
I think Suarez aside, that was on the flip side, of course. Looking at what happened today, looking at what has happened in our tournament, I said we had the men. Then people tell you that we have the men to do this, and we had the men to chalk success at this World Cup, and Otuado let us down. I understand why he did those things, but then I still believe that we have people who play at these levels, who play at the levels of Portugal. Let's forget today's game. Let's start off from that game. There was a point we came in that we wanted to play a draw. It looked like we were going to play a defensive football. The three-back system, and you play Ali Seidu again. It means you don't want to concede, and we still concede. So I'm like, how come? We are sitting back. We want to respect our opponent, but we still consider how many goals? 7 goals in 3 games. So it didn't even work off. So here comes the case. We need a coach. Joe, we need a coach. For me, I'm not enthused about Chris Hughton. I've seen Brighton. I've listened to some of his players talk about what he teaches them on. If we go for Chris Hughton, trust me, we are going for an English Milo. We would see that and would complain again. We need to go for an expressive coach. We have young coaches. You look at RB Leipzig, look at their coaches, young guys doing excellently well, playing confident football.
Chris Hughton has even Brighton is better now with that Chris Hughton. They are best now with that Chris Hughton. So there's no.
I think Otuado has disappointed me. I was so much in for him because at Dortmund we see what they do at Dortmund. I was expecting something like this here, but
he hasn't done anything at Dortmund.
No, I mean, as for Otuado, the sports team at GhanaWeb, our position has been simple.
Player scout can be a coach.
We have the players, but just that the coach might.
Yes, we have the team.
And then quick one, we'll talk about that on Monday when we sit down on the Mundial. What does this exit do to the bid for Keto Kregu to go for a re-election. AFCON disaster, World Cup disaster.
Yeah, I think with the AFCON exit and then what went on regarding the players call up for the Black Stars, and then how Ghana have been eliminated from the tournament, it means Keto Kregu needs some serious patching. Because in 2024, he will be lucky we will play the AFCON before the elections.
No, the election is next year.
Okay, 2023.
2023.
So now, with how he's managing the local football too, he's really on the wrong side. But if you look at his contestants, I mean, people who contest. George Free.
Maybe
no.
Nana
Amponsa. With how he's been running Kotoko failing to deliver in Africa and all that. Yes, we can talk about the branding and all that. So if you take Ket out, you don't see anyone who stands out to be the next GFA president.
Fred Papo.
What if Randy Abe decides to contest for the president?
Okay.
Fred Papo.
But even with
Fred
Randy
Papo
Abe,
has the ideas,
even
but he
with
doesn't have the money.
Randy Abe is closer to this association.
Yeah, but that's
he's been with them. So people, I mean, the executives will look at him in that lens.
It's a contest.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That
because George Frey was closer to the previous regime, he did contest.
Yeah. And that's how come he lost.
And so I'm saying that
he lost because they felt that he's close to
the one that failed.
And
I'm saying that. So what about Fred Papo with money? Is it an option?
Fred Papo
with money. With resources to contest.
Yes,
financial resources.
Fred Papo
I'm not sure Fred Papo has declared his bankrupt for
he stated categorically that they didn't vote for him because he didn't give them money. He said some of the delegates
maybe
I think told him that you have the good plan.
His campaign was not good enough as compared to Keto Kregu. How we bought into Keto Kregu's game changer. He made it look like it was the next thing, but it didn't happen. But if you look at Fred Papo, he has good history. Ghana qualified for the World Cup when he was around, so he knows certain things that if he becomes the GFA president, it will help. But it's down to how his campaign will work.
All right, so we will discuss more about Ghana's exit on GhanaWeb Mundial next week. But don't forget that our brothers from Cameroon will be playing at 7 p.m. against Brazil. If they win, they might stand a chance of joining Senegal and the Atlas Lions of Morocco. This is how we draw the curtain for our coverage here on the game between the Black Stars of Ghana and Uruguay. In Group H, our candidates out of the group are now Portugal leading the group, and then surprisingly South Korea. Ghana and Uruguay will be joining the next available flight tomorrow morning. My name is Joel Shen, and I did this with our boss here at GhanaWeb, Edward Smith, my co-commentator Emmanuel Lenin, and then Jones Ezi with the Ministry of Youth and Sports these days.
They should come and give us the budget.
And then, if you want to know, according to the budget presented in Parliament by Minister, as it stands now, 8.1 has been spent out of the 14.1 million on Monday, and then the subsequent edition of GhanaWeb Mundial. We will discuss that. But if you see us on live commentary again, it will probably be between England and Senegal, and then Spain, and then Morocco. We're held by Ebenezer Aka, Hazel, Sami, and Kwame Adom's production. Until we meet again, it will be on GhanaWeb Mundial. It's bye-bye.
It boils down to the coaches. Our technical team now, when you say players will be good. And TS is a players will be good. And I don't want to single out. I need to go be a good on the bench. Coaches, they know.
Play a band, I wish I want one home of the crowd. Play a band, I wish I want one.
Yeah, they are never by Baba Raman boy. Now give your best at the bench. How?